What is up, brothers? What is up? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are around the world. It is your dude, Mr. International Passport. First and foremost, brothers, please press a one in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. How is my audio? Okay. How is my audio right now, brothers? Am I coming in loud and clear? Let me know right now, brothers. Okay. Am I coming in loud and clear? Who's in the building tonight? Who's in the building tonight? Okay. How's my audio? Please press a one in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Can y'all hear me? Press a one if you can hear me loud and clear, brothers. Awesome. Shout out to King Quest, Global Passport Crew, Mike Lawrence, Ladmed Amath. Okay. Awesome, brothers. Awesome. So, welcome, brothers, to another classic live stream. This will be an explosive live stream. So, get your popcorn hanging tight. We're going to break it down tonight. Um, First and foremost, brothers, I want to say a huge thank you to all those that supported me over the past couple of years. Your support has been greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me. And of course, welcome aboard the new people to the movement. I embrace you and I embrace you, brothers, and I accept you with open arms. Okay. Um, More Panama intel will be coming. Nick, be patient, me brothers. I'm having a great time here in Panama. Like I'm getting so much content for you, brothers, man. It's a lot to take in Panama, but I got you, brothers, covered. I'm gonna give you, brothers, all the intel you need on Panama. A lot more videos dropping next week too. Okay. So when you come in, brothers, please press the like button. We've got 42 people here already. Please press that like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Show me some love. Hit the PayPal too throughout tonight. And of course, please hit the super chats. I need your support to continue doing what I do. Okay. I would really appreciate that. Thank you, brothers. So let's get straight into it, brothers. So, brothers, I am currently in Panama. Okay. I'm currently in Panama, and earlier today, I met a an American brother. Okay, an American brother. I met him today on this glorious day in Panama, and we were talking about our lives and how we came to be in Panama, right? And we were discussing black men traveling, you know finally going out there and and traveling and seeing the world, right? And it was a great conversation with this brother. Okay, but then I started speaking more with the brother and he told me ip, you know um black men traveling has become more of a thing on the mainstream media, and we got to be careful. I was like, what do you mean we have to be careful about black men traveling? I mean, that's what I want, right? I want to get you brothers out there to travel, right? But he started saying that IP, that we have now become an enemy to the States by what we preach and what we're doing worldwide. I'm like, what do you mean by that, bro? White people travel, Asian people travel, Latino people travel. So why is it a problem when black men travel? And he told me one thing that really got to me. He said, in 2023, right now, black men are traveling with a purpose. And when I thought about that, brothers, it clicked. It clicked. He said that we're not just traveling to be tourists and taking pictures and taking videos for Instagram, for Facebook, to stunt on mofos or all that nonsense, right? We're traveling for a purpose now. And this Passport Bros movement has given us a purpose. But there's one thing that people don't like is that because we travel with a purpose, we have made many enemies. We have made many enemies. So when I thought about that, right, I'm in my hotel room right now and I'm thinking about that. He's right. This Passport Bros movement, which in my opinion is a black male movement, has probably made us the number one enemy of the public in the West. And I'm going to give you a couple reasons why I feel that way. Okay. When the brother told me that we are now traveling with a purpose, that shattered my reality a bit. Because he's right. Why am I in Panama? I'm in Panama because is this a country that I want to live in the future? Is this a country I can tell brothers, hey brothers, come down here and meet your future wife, your future girlfriend, and live out here as an expat, as a passport bro, working in IT? So as I prepare for the Python class I'm teaching later on, right? I thought I need to make the stream. I need to let brothers know that we may be the number one enemy right now in 2023. You may not know it. I may not know it, but I think it's time we discuss that there could be some danger towards us in ways that, we can see or cannot see. Because we're now traveling with a purpose, because we're now traveling with an identity and a purpose, we move different. We're like ninjas now. We have a purpose for traveling. We're looking for a particular thing. And they don't want black men to think. They don't want brothers to think. So let me tell you the first reason why we have become the number one enemy in the public eye with this passport bros movement. Number one is that we are no longer spending money on Western women, expensive dates, and eventually corporations. How do these corporations make money every single year? Valentine's Day, taking a girl out to Cheesecake Factory or the Lobster Shop or TGI Fridays. All these expensive dates just to prop up for a Western chick. But now black men, we're pulling it back from that. Why do we have to spend all this money on Western women and all these corporations when we can be spending that abroad? Yesterday I went out with a Panamanian chick, right? And I was happy to pay for a meal. She said, "No, I'm good. I can pay for myself." I'm like, "No, I'm a guest in your country. I love your country, and we're hanging out. Let me pay for your meal. It's cool with me. Let's talk." And that was the first time in a long time that I paid for a meal for a female in a long time, brothers. But I'm okay to pay for women, and their food in when I go abroad because they're foreign. They think different. They're wifey material. I will never spend money on a Western chick ever again. I won't even buy a coffee. I wouldn't even spend $1 on her. She gets nothing. So me not spending money on these women and these expensive dates where they'll tell you, take me to, the lobster factory. Take me to all these expensive shops for a dinner date. We ain't doing that no more. So that means black men, we're taking our money somewhere else, and we're spending that a lot more with purpose. We're spending that on women that actually deserve to get money spent on. If she's wifey, if she's foreign, if she's feminine, submissive, cooperative, I have no problem paying for her meal. I have no problem taking her out because our dollars, our pounds goes far in their country, but she's being cooperative, you know? So that means we're not spending our hard-earned money on these worthless women that don't deserve it. So who doesn't benefit from that? Corporations. So you think they're happy that all these expensive dates that where they make money off every year on Valentine's Day, on the weekends, that black men are peeling back from that? Brothers, do you hear me? Do you get what I'm saying right now? Press a one in the chat if my words are going through to your head right now. Press a one in the chat if my words are going through to your head right now. Again, America is a capitalistic society. They want your money. They want your hard-earned cash, and they'll do anything to pull it away from you. And that means, right, using Western women to take that money away from you. Western women are married to the government. Western women and the government work side by side to ruin black men and to take the hard-earned money from a black man. It don't make no sense paying for 150 dinner dates. It don't make no sense paying $200 on a dinner date. We are getting finessed. So if brothers aren't doing that anymore, the powers that be are not happy. Brothers, do you get the dynamic here? Do you get how this passport bros movement can create enemies against us? Because now we're traveling with a purpose. Now we're spending with a purpose. And that's making the powers that be angry. You know? Why do I have to spend $200 on a date with a Western chick when I can spend $5 on a piece on a plate of rice, beans, chicken, and coleslaw for a foreign chick abroad? Plus, she's feminine, submissive, cooperative. Brothers, it's that kind of thinking, that kind of structure, that kind of direction will create enemies in the West against passport bros. Do you get what I'm saying now, brothers? So, moving on from that, brothers, another point that could make us the number one enemy in the public in 2023 is the fact that we have successfully replaced Western women. We have replaced them with better women. You know, American society, English society has trained these women to be hardcore feminists. And we have accepted that and we have put up with their BS. But no more. We've replaced them. We don't need them. They just exist to us right now in the West. We don't speak to them. We know there's better options abroad. So the parents of these women who they've raised as feminists, they're not getting wifed up. We ain't dating them. We're not smashing them. People are not going to be happy about that. And they're thinking, why is my daughter 31, 32, 35, and still single? Why is no guy approaching her or wifing her up? Because the guys her age have a 22-year-old girlfriend or wife, plus they're foreign. So when they see a bunch of black men holding hands with exotic-looking women, kissing exotic-looking women, hugging exotic-looking women, and they're thinking, whoa, what about our daughters over here on the side? What's going on here, passport bros? You don't care about our women in America no more? Whoa, whoa. Plus, especially black men being expected to be cleanup men. Especially black men being expected to be cleanup men in 2023. And they're thinking the black men that are supposed to be cleanup men are wifing up foreign women and no one's wifing up the American woman. That's going to create enemies against us, brothers. Because every parent wants their children to get married. It doesn't matter how crazy their daughter is. It doesn't matter how twisted and sick their daughter is. Every parent wants their daughter to be wifed up by a man and to take her away from the family. But if passport bros ain't doing that and we're wifing up other groups of women who are abroad, best believe that people won't be happy about that. Best believe that people won't be happy about that. More enemies against passport bros, particularly black men. Again, it goes back to my point. With the Passport Bros movement, black men are now thinking and moving with a purpose. We're now thinking and moving with a purpose. And never before have we seen a movement like this where black men have congregated into a singular thoughts process. Whereas get your passport, get into IT, remote work, and find your foreign girlfriend or wife abroad. That right there is structure. And that's making a lot of people upset. Who are these black men speaking like this? Who are these black men thinking for themselves? No, we're supposed to control what you think, black man. Brothers, do you hear me right now? Brothers, press A2 in the chat if my words are going through to you right now. I repeat, we're supposed to be controlling how you think, black man. We're supposed to tell you where to go to, what to do, who to marry, who to date. Don't think for yourself. Oh, brothers. So when we think and do things as a structure, we are getting enemies because American society and the Western society has spent years upon years trying to control us. They spent trillions of dollars with their programs, with their agendas, controlling the minds of brothers worldwide, particularly in the West. But with the Passport Bros movement, we've broken that spell. We've broken that brainwashing. We've broken that programming. Press A2 in the chat if the words are going clear to your head. Because this kind of movement, will make enemies against black men. This kind of movement will create enemies against black men. The Passport Bros. So that's the second point that I've discussed. The third point, and brothers, can we get the likes up? Because I'm spitting the truth right now, straight from Panama. It is hot over here in Panama. I'm in my hotel room. I'm live streaming from Panama. It is super hot. Show me some love, man. PayPal, super chats, get the likes up at least, man. Show me some love. Okay? The next point, brothers, is that black men are realizing how loved we are around the world. I repeat, Passport Bros, aka black men, are realizing how loved we are around the world. If you've watched my streams over the past couple of years, a lot of things have confused me. A lot of things have baffled me. Why are me and my brothers struggling to get women in the West? Why are educated black men like us, clean-cut black dudes, struggling to get women in England, in America, in any Western country? And when we do get a woman, she's 4 out of 10 looks. She's a scrap of the barrel. She's low value. But then when we get a passport and travel abroad, suddenly 8s, 9s, 10s are throwing themselves at us. I'm telling you, that first trip to Germany, that broke me out the matrix. That taught me never, ever to wife up an English girl. That showed me how loved we are anywhere around the world. Oh, we're loved. We are absolutely loved. And the powers that be in America, in the West, they don't want black men to realize that they are loved in Asia, in South America, in parts of Europe, particularly Eastern Europe, in Africa, particularly if you're a Western black man, you're the prize. You come through that American accent, that English accent, that swag, the way you move, the way you walk, the way you dress. It's gonna have women falling on their knees just to have you love them, date them. Nobody told me that. Nobody told me that I was a king abroad. Nobody told me that I was worth something abroad. In the West, they'll tell you they hate black men here. Don't go to this country, they hate black men. Don't go there, they might kill you there. Don't go there, they might shoot you there. They might rob you there. They might run up on you there. They will throw all these lies against you, brothers. All these crazy stories. Black men don't go there. Press a 1 in the chat, right? If your own mother has told you or your own parents have told you, hey, don't go there, bro. Don't go there, son. Don't go there, son. They might come for you, son. You're a black man, son. Even your own parents don't want you to travel. They will do everything to stop you from traveling. But you touched down in Germany. I mean, Germany was supposed to be some sort of white supremacist hellhole, according to what my friends were telling me back in the early 2000s. Back in the early 2010s, Germany was supposed to be some sort of crazy place. I touched down. Second day, women buying me drinks. Women throwing themselves at me. I mean, come on, brothers, man. So black men realize that we have options. That makes enemies, because it means that we don't have to settle in the West anymore. Do you brothers understand what I'm saying right now? The Passport Bros movement has given us a purpose. So many of us were directionless. So many of us were thinking, what am I doing wrong? I have a 4.0 GPA in mathematics. I have a 4.0 GPA in biochemistry. I'm a clean-cut dude. I dress well. I smell well. I'm respectful. I don't say the N-word. So why is no woman after me? Why don't no one swipe on me on the dating apps? Oof. Come on. And they want you to continue suffering and get to know women in the West. It is not normal for a man to be single for many years. We are men. We need women in our lives. We need to smash them. We need to wife them. We need to date them. That is our biological makeup. It is not normal to go through many years without a woman in your life. But I speak to the brothers around me and they're struggling. IP, I'm a good dude, bro. Why is she with a thug? Why is she dating Pookie and Ray Ray? Why is she with Tyrone? What does that tell you, brothers? They want black men to suffer. They want brothers to take all the scraps in the West. No more. And that goes on to my next point. Because we now travel with a purpose, because we now travel with something in mind, because we now travel with structure, we are no longer controlled. We are no longer controlled. Currently, we are controlled by the system in the West. The system in the West tells you to accept the women for who they are, to date them, to marry them. They may be fat, obese, Lizzo, all that crap. And you still got to date them. Accept them for who they are. That's control. That is control. If if you don't have the choice to date who you want to date, if they're going to shame you to date low value woman, you are being controlled. And some of you brothers just accept it. F the woke crap. F the liberals, F the woke crap. I am sick of it. They have controlled our minds for way too long. I am ashamed to admit that I was a feminist. And this is the first time I'm telling you, okay? In my university days, I called myself a male feminist. I can't believe it. I can't believe that, brothers. I walked around campus calling myself a male feminist. No cap. Because the system was controlling me. The system got to me. And it's funny how I was a male feminist and I still didn't get any girlfriends back then. But when I suddenly stopped being a feminist, when I started being more RP, then the women started coming towards me. What does that tell you, brothers? So I used to be a feminist. I got no girls. When I stopped being a feminist, the women started coming. I am ashamed to admit that, brothers. But in high school, in college, in university, they kept pushing in that liberal feminist ideology upon me. Therefore, they controlled me. The system controlled me for a long time. So here's me, calling myself a male feminist, women's rights, blah, blah, blah. And the women that were in my classes never paid me no mind. They were always dating the bad boys, always dating the biker dude, and they were feminists too. What does that tell you, brothers? I was controlled, and the system wants you controlled. The system wanted me controlled. You know, too many of the brothers nowadays in the West, they're feminists, and we have to snap them out the brainwashing and the matrix. No man should be a feminist. No woman should be a feminist, but that's for another discussion. But when we speak about men, black men, no black man in the West should call themselves a feminist. Don't make the same mistake I did. I was controlled. And when we bring in the passport bros movement into this, you don't need to be a feminist to date abroad. You set your own agenda. You set your own agenda. You let her know, hey, baby, I want this from you. I want that from you if I want to date you. That's power right there. That's you taking control of your own life. So when black men take control of their own lives and when they stop being controlled by the system, that creates enemies from the state. That creates enemies from the media. That creates enemies from the powers that be, the ones that set the agenda, the ones that have the world going crazy, that have America going crazy. We are no longer being controlled when we have that passport. We are no longer being controlled when we use that blue book, that red book. Whatever color your passport is, that is when the control stops. And I think someone told me last week that if you're in the chat right now, press a 1. But someone said that BWs in America are angry that black men are lining up to make their passport applications. Is that true? What does that tell you? They know that when you travel, when you make that first trip abroad, when you see how different the women are in their thinking, the control stops. The control stops. Another point I want to address is that with the passport bros movement, we're now creating new communities abroad. And Keen, send me that video on my IG. I'm gonna take a look at it and I may react to it. Okay, brother? Send me that video of the Japanese dude making up lies about passport bros on my IG, please. So, you know, and brothers, please feel free to hit, the super chats and the Patreon, man. Show me some love and support. So we're creating new communities abroad. We're actually marrying foreign women. The more we marry foreign women, it means that women in America are not getting wifed up. So if you have 10,000 black men marrying foreign women, 10,000 women in America ain't getting wifed up. Do you think that people are happy about that? Do you think that the government who have sought to control you as a black man and you break out the control, do you think that they are happy about you, 10,000 of their black men marrying abroad? Particularly if it's an educated black man who studies hard, who earns great money, who's focused. They ain't happy about that, brothers. They ain't happy about that, brothers. We're wifing up these foreign women. We're having children with them. We're buying houses with them. We're doing what we would do in the West, but with real feminine women. They're not happy about that, brothers. That's going to create enemies. You know, we are already hated already in the West. We're about to get even hated even more. You think the hate right now is bad? Give it 6 months later from February all the way to October, November. The hate towards brothers for traveling is going to go crazy. Because guess what, brothers? Black men, we are the most influential group of people in the world. When we do things, other people copy. The white boys copy. The Asian boys copy. The Latino boys copy. So the white boys, they're like, whoa, our black brothers are traveling. Okay. I look at my community, the white women around me, they're pretty horrible as well. I don't want to date these white women anymore in my country. I want white women from Eastern Europe. So if the white boys are dating and marrying white European women abroad, who the hell will wife up the white American woman in America? Ooh. And then they find that white boys are traveling abroad. Why are white men and Asian men suddenly getting their passports? Who are they copying? And they tie it all down to black men. They're like, whoa, these black men, they're becoming too much trouble nowadays. These black men who call themselves passport bros, they're creating too much trouble. Not only are they not wifing up their own woman, our white men aren't doing so, our Asian men aren't doing so, our Latino men are going to Mexico and Ecuador to get their Latino wives and not marrying Latino women in America. Come on, brothers, man. That's more hate towards us. That's more hate towards black men like us. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna be real with you, brothers. It's a lot more hate towards, it's a lot more hate towards our black American men. Because black Englishmen, a lot of black Englishmen, apart from me and Thomas and a few other brothers, they're not in that passport bros movement yet. Okay? I doubt they will ever will be. It's American black men that, are getting their passports heavily. Our American black men brothers. So that means a lot more hate is coming towards our black kings. And as a black UK brother, I stand in solidarity with my black American brothers. Okay? I repeat, brothers, as a black Englishman, I stand side by side with my black American kings. Because the hate towards black American men is going to get even worse in 2023. And just so you know, brothers, me as a black man in Panama right now from the UK, I stand with you, brothers. I will go to war for my black American kings. You hear me? this Black British man will go to war for Black American men. I will do everything in my power to support the brothers, to stand side by side with brothers, because the hate towards Black American men is going to get even worse. But brothers, if you're Black American, you have, this channel is your channel, brothers. This channel is your channel, brothers. Ain't no one gonna come after my Black American brothers, because I'm already seeing the hate towards them from women in their country who are supposed to be side by side with them. I got your back, brothers. Okay? UK Black men, we have your back, brothers. And my last point before I open up the phone lines is being a passport bro has we have exposed the debauchery in the West. So I went on a dinner date with a Panamanian chick on Friday afternoon, right? And you know, she was asking me, hey IP, how is life in the UK? Blah blah blah. And I told her there's too much craziness going on in the UK. There's a lot of craziness going on. You know? I told her there's too much nonsense. So when I started breaking down the wokeness, the all this stupid crap happening, she could not believe it. She must have thought America, UK was some sort of paradise. Now she's like, oh wow, IP, you really open up my eyes. Do you think the powers that be want Black men to tell the truth to people abroad as to how things really are in the West? No. Do you think they want brothers to tell the truth? Because it seems like foreign people feel like UK America is some sort of paradise, is some sort of Disneyland, some sort of castle. That's a goddamn lie. I repeat, that's a goddamn lie. There's too much crap going on in the West. Feminism, evil agendas, people pushing out nonsense towards our kids in schools. So when the Panamanian people hear that, they're thinking, what's happening here? Do you think the powers that be want the truth to be out? No. Again, so if passport bros are going all around the world and telling everyone, listen, this is what's happening in America, in the UK, in all these countries, they're gonna be like, whoa, do I really want to go there? Do I really want to stay there? Come on, brothers, man. In this passport bros movement, we are gonna get a lot of enemies. People that you thought were your friend may turn against you. I was speaking to a brother the other day, right? And he said that he told his friends that, hey, I don't want to find a wife here in America no more. I'm going abroad. And they're like, what do you mean you're going abroad, bro? There's women right here across the block. Nah, bro, like the way they think here, I'm good, bro. Like, what do you mean the way they think, bro? There's women right here. And it was a big argument. Because they think he's a weirdo for traveling to get women. A lot of brothers are asleep. A lot of brothers are asleep. They have no clue what's going on. Again, if your own friends, if your own people around you are telling you don't travel for women, it means that they're controlled. They are controlled. So imagine you're the only guy who's not controlled amongst a friends of 50 people. You're going to feel isolated. You're going to feel lost. You're going to feel misplaced, brothers. So as I end my segment, Black men, we are going to become public enemy number one in 2023. And I hope you're ready, because I'm ready, brothers. I got the strap. I got the I got the strap. I'm kidding, but you know what I'm talking about, brothers, man. You know, I got the bulletproof vest. I got I'm just saying, brothers, right? I'm prepared. And I want you brothers to prepare as well. Because when you brothers tell your parents, when you tell your siblings, when you tell your friends that you're traveling to meet women, they'll be like, yo, what you mean you're traveling to meet a woman? Stacy, Becky, Sharkeisha, Keisha, they're right across the block. Go and speak to them. But no dad, no mom, they're not feminine, they're not submissive, they're not cooperatives. I don't want to deal with them. Yo, they'll be like, what? What do you mean by that, son? Why are you talking like that, son? I raised you to be a feminist, son. Hey, brothers, man, it's a done deal. Get your passports, man. Okay? So, thank you very much for hearing my segment. You know, I just wanted to get that out because I'm out here in Panama and, you know, it's refreshing. It's just like, please get your passports. So let me go through the super chats, and brothers, please support, man. Hit the PayPal too. Support me, and let's get the phone lines open up in a minute or two. But please show me some love, man. You know, show me some love. Hit me on the PayPal. Hit me on the super chats. It is a lot of work on this channel. You know, I'm edging towards being a full-time YouTuber now. So I'm gonna need your support if you want me to keep doing what I'm doing, brothers. Okay, so please show me some love, man. You know, shout out to who's the first super chat tonight. Hold on, give me a second, brothers. Shout out to Mr. Technor for the $2 super chat for the Covina and Patacones Panamanian food. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you for the support. Much love to you, Technor. Thank you very much, brother, for the support. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Shout out to Mr. Dems Wood for the £1.99 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Much love to you, bro. Black men are God's first and strongest soldiers. Yes, indeed, bro. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, we are, man. Without a doubt. Thank you, bro. Awesome, awesome. Shout out to let's see. Shout out to Mr. Tavian Rise Up for the $99 super chat. When is the Patreon episode? Okay, so I'll be dropping the explicit version of Panama in a couple of weeks. I've got some intel for you, brothers, that is very beneficial. Not only explicit, but some sort of the way you have to move out here in Panama will only be for the Patreon. So I'm gonna drop that as well. Okay, there's some exclusive episodes coming soon. So give me a couple of weeks, bro. I'm getting more intel for you. Shout out to Mr. Kayson Potter for the $2 super chat. Thank you, bro, for the support. Much appreciation. Thank you, bro. It means a lot to me. Shout out to Mr. Devation Rise Up again for the $19.99 dollar super chat. Thank you, bro. Much love to you, brother. We out here. Yes, indeed, we are truly out here. I'm out here in Panama. The vibes are good. Everything's amazing, and I want to see more brothers out here in Panama. So the intel I have, the videos I got, whew, it's gonna blow your mind, man. Life is good here in Panama. Okay, it really is. All right, thank you very much for the super chats. Please send some more, brothers. We've got over 100 people, so please get the likes up as well. And make sure you subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. Hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to always, so you never miss a live stream post, upload, or stream from me. Okay, show me some love, man. I appreciate you, brothers. So let's get the phone lines open up and let me know your thoughts on this live stream topic. Okay, let me know. Your thoughts on this topic. So let me open up the phone lines and let's get it cracking. So like I told you, brothers, I'm going to start enrolling new people on my Python class. So I'm still setting the agendas. Okay. And if you're interested in learning Python and IT, I'm going to drop the details in the next coming days. Okay. So call in. Here's the link aboard for you brothers to call in. So pin. Awesome. Let's get some callers in. Okay. Shout out to Mr. Dark Ninja for the $199 super chat. The world is our oyster, brothers. Yes, indeed, the world is truly our oyster. I have a lot of intel for you, brothers, regarding Panama, the nightlife, daytime intel interviews. I interviewed a South Korean dude the other day, and he's living a great life in Panama. Not only that, he's also warned me of Korean women actually, and that's a very interesting interview. I'm gonna drop very soon. So Global Passport, I see you. Let me bring you in. Hold on, bro. Give me a second, brother. All right, let me bring in Mr. Global Passport. Hey, how you doing, bro?
Brother, how are you today?
I'm doing fantastic, brother. And this warm evening in Panama, I'm doing great, bro. How are you keeping?
I'm keeping it good, and I appreciate your channel. Greatly love your content. Um, this whole thing it's absolutely crazy, man. If I can tell you stories of what's going on this end in the United States, man, you will not believe it. I had to do a live stream the other day and to show people because my channel we talk about travel stuff, just general travel stuff, nothing really passport bro related. And I had to do a live stream to show people how to go about getting their passport and doing it online from the comfort of their home because there was an incident at a post office where a gentleman, African American gentleman, was trying to trace his money order and stuff that he had applied with his passport, and the black females were giving him problems about that.
What?
Yes, they was giving him a lot of problems because he was applying for his passport.
Wow. What?
Oh, you I hope you're sitting down because here's the punchline. The punchline is the gentleman works for the Department of Homeland Security. This was for work.
Wow. Are you kidding me right now? You're
No,
telling me someone that works for government he's having problems getting his passport because of BWs that are playing funny games. What
you
is
can
going on?
go. I will direct you. Go to Average Man Unplugged YouTube channel. Go look for the episode or Black Women Sabotaging Passport Bros. He has the email and stuff up with the picture of the guy standing in front of the flag of the Department of Homeland Security, and the whole email's there about what happened.
Wow. This is nuts.
This is how crazy it has gotten. This is ridiculous. Now, me getting into the cybersecurity, I'm posting for jobs where I got to go overseas. So I already have my passport, but obviously I'm going to be renewing it. I'm not going to go through the post office to renew my stuff. So I'm going to be printing up forms and stuff to do my renewals and stuff and just mailing it in. And I'm telling you guys, if you haven't seen it, go on my channel, Global Passport Crew, look for that stuff and learn how to do it online and start printing up the forms and just mailing it in yourself. Drop it off at the box and stuff like that because and the funny thing about it is these forms are not post office forms, they're Department of State forms. So these women
Wow.
are now crossing barriers of legality now.
Wow. I can't believe this, man. This is nuts.
It's gotten that crazy.
So you're in America right now, brother.
Yes.
So can you tell me the real life scene, bro, in terms of how big is a passport, bro, growing in America, like amongst the actual real life conversations? I'm assuming that people are actually talking about it in real life. Should I get my passport? Is it worth me dating a woman here? Break it down for me, bro.
High school kids got passports now.
Damn.
High school kids. Seriously. I kid you not. And then it's really getting bad because it's just to get, even on social media right now, there is now a beef because black women have been shaming foreign women, particularly Colombia, Brazil, Thailand, the Philippines, that these women are poor, uneducated, live in huts. And we have told them stop saying that because that's racist. Well, they started clapping back, and it's starting a little internet war right now. And one lady in particular in Philippines, she's really clapping back. Now this has made all these videos and stuff that these women was talking about, these Asian women, has now hit Thailand, and they hit the Thailand news. So black women who living in Thailand, because when you're over there, you can negotiate price. Now they're getting clapped back from the Thai women. They're not they're not allowing them to negotiate price because of what's been said on social media, and these women had nothing to do with it. It's gotten bad. I know you're I know you're speechless right now. Your jaw's on the floor right now. You're trying to pick it up because this is unbelievable. This is the drama that's going on right now.
Wow. Yeah, I think I could give it until the end of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if someone in the government, even Joe Biden himself, makes a statement regarding
We
how do
have
we.
Yeah,
Go on,
we
bro.
have an anti-Asian hate crime online law, and these black women don't realize they violated that.
Hey, can you send me the Filipino woman that's send it to me in the private chat who's actually defending her herself and Filipino woman, because this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I need.
well, it's kind of hard to set because she's constantly getting her channel banned and deleted because she won't even say anything. But her TikTok channel, she's constantly getting banned and deleted. But if you go on, we just had a live with Average Man Unplugged. If you go on there, she's on there, and you'll see me on there as well. Her name is Joanne. She's a really cool girl, but she can't keep her TikTok channel going for more than like 2 weeks before it gets banned because all this one particular lady on TikTok, she's just started a war with her and stuff, and she's going after her. And every time she puts a channel up, she just goes after her and her followers and stuff like that. So they just,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
And she
I,
was on, and actually Joanne was on her channel recently, and they just went at it. You should have seen it. And Joanne has the video of it. They went at it.
wow. All right. Thank you, bro. Let me get a new caller in, but stay on the line, Global Passport. Okay. Thank you,
Yeah.
bro. Shout out to Mr. Devatron Rise Up for the third time supporting. Appreciate you, bro, for the 499 super chat. Well, damn, call me the bro. Oh, I don't get that joke, bro. If you can explain that to me. But I appreciate the support. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, bro. So let me bring in Mr. Bass Fuller in the background. What's going on, dude? How you doing, brother?
Pretty good. How are you doing? Can you hear me okay?
I hear you loud and clear, bro. You keeping well?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm getting ready to go to Kazakhstan in April.
Fantastic, bro. Fantastic, man. So,
Yeah.
bro, what's your thoughts on the stream? Because I'm fearful for what's going to happen in the future for brothers.
Well, I've had experiences actually right now. I've actually had experience in my own life actually. You know, as I said before, I try to keep this place a secret, but Kazakhstan, especially if you're an African man, you're in a good place. You're in a good place. I met many dudes who go there and they cry when they have to go back to Africa. You know, there's a lot of Africans studying there. You know, I wore a hat that was given to me by sent to me by a woman from Kazakhstan. And you know, it's one of those it's one of those like what they call in, I speak Russian, they call it ushanka. And so it's like one of those little winter caps. I wore this winter cap, and not only were there black women who basically were throwing jabs, but there were American white women who were throwing jabs who said that, you know, you're a Russian supporter, F you, and stuff like that. And this has actually happened in my real life. You know, this has actually happened here. And I'm just minding my own business. Like, I'm not talking to anybody, you know, just simply minding my own business, you know. And when you ask them, do you know where Kazakhstan is? They can't even answer you. They can't even answer you, you know. Ask any modern woman where Kazakhstan is. Ask them what. Ask them even what continent it's on, and see what they say.
Wow, this is nuts.
Yeah, it's happened to me many times. You know, like just wearing my unshaka creates a reaction. You know what I mean? That's the sad thing about it, but it does. You know, because the problem is with me, because they have this term non-select and select, and I guess I'm non-select because I'm not Pookie or Ray Ray. You know, I'm just like a, a guy who stays to himself and keeps himself busy with what he needs to do. You know, so they don't want those non-select guys to be happy. So when those non-select guys have their exit route and their strategy, it becomes a problem. You know.
Wow. All right,
Mm.
thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Basically, I appreciate you, bro. Let me bring in Mr. Dems Wood, who's been very patient in the background. Thank you, Dems. Let me bring him in right now. What's going on, Dems Wood? How you doing, bro?
Good evening, IP. How are you?
Good evening to you too, bro. I'm doing fantastic, bro. How are you? You good?
Yeah, all good, bro. Another classic. Yep, I sensed this would happen. You know, it only shows that when good black men stand up, the West have a problem with that. You know, it just shows that black men, the West was never meant for good black men. It was never our home in the first place. So when we see the bigger picture, the grand scheme of things, we go abroad, we have a purpose, we want to build legacy with traditional foreign women. The West has a problem that they deem us a public enemy number one. So what do? The Matrix sends its agents to try and stop us, but they will never stop us. They can't stop us. The moment when we're becoming the men that God told us to be, oh, that's a problem, IP.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Because I'm going to say something controversial. The West itself is the devil's playground.
Yeah. I agree.
You know, and the passport bro movement is only growing. Like I've seen younger brothers who are tired of UK women. You know, they're saying, bro, I don't want to date UK women anymore. They're done. Like, so many men are just done with Western women. And, you know, the governments are going to have to come in because they're not going to stop us. I don't care how much government intervention that these Western Jezebels bring in. They're not going to stop us. They're not going to stop us. We're on our purpose. We want legacies. We're doing nothing wrong. Why can't you just leave us alone? We don't want to be. We want traditional families. They don't like that in the West. Okay, cool. We're gonna go overseas for that. No, you're not gonna have that. So what do you want us to do? Deal with Delilah and Jezebel to suffer. That's what they want. That's what they want for us, IPM brothers. The West want black men to suffer. No, I'm not having that. Mm-mm. Nah, God didn't create me to just suffer. He created us to achieve greatness.
I agree. I agree with you saying. So if Joe Biden wants to put more immigrants coming in this country, then you know what? The passport bro is going to bring them in legally. Okay, because I'm not going to deal with these women.
Exactly. No, I'm
I
dealing with
want
these
to
women.
bring up another controversial point real quick. I know this is going to sound controversial, but I was into that whole Pan Africanist type of dialogue, and then I realized it was really just fool's gold. You know what I mean? When I read into the people who they claimed that were Pan Africanists, those people cared about their country first before they cared, and their people first before they cared about anybody else. So I kind of bought into that we are the world, and then I just kind of snapped out of it, because even the whole BLM movement was fool's gold as well. That's another stream for another time. But I've come to the acceptance that you will be faulted for going outside and looking for other options, even if you're not even from here, but you have made a life here. You'll be looked at as like a traitor or something like that for doing that. But I just shrug my shoulders and say, oh well. you know I just said, oh well. you know
I wouldn't be surprised if they start calling us traitors, treason for us for going for women only. I wouldn't
yeah,
be surprised.
But
yeah.
I'm
but
actually
I
expecting that in the future.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Trust
but
me, it's gonna happen.
it doesn't make
Well,
sense.
I'll take it.
Uh,
I'll take it and wear it as a badge of honor. I'm
Yeah,
serious. Because look at these women. Now I don't know IP if you heard this, but the latest thing right now, these women are now sending cash apps and PayPals to prisoners right now. They're trying to date them and getting engaged to those guys. That's the newest trend that's going on in the US. I'm not
That's
lying.
madness.
This is complete utter madness. And the reason why they're going for these Pookies and Ray Rays, to answer your earlier question, is this: control. They don't got nothing going on. Meaning, if they out on parole or probation, if they act up in the slightest, they call their probation officer, they'll come get them and put them back in jail. They ain't got no other place to go. They sleeping, in their house and stuff like that. If they don't do what they say, you kick them out in the cold. So obviously they got these dudes under control, but they can't do nothing because they don't have anything, or unless they got some low level job, and that ain't nothing. But see, when you're a 5-figure or 6-figure dude who's, making good money, has a good life and stuff like that, have a degree, you're doing all these good things, they can't control you, because it's like, what are you gonna do? Kick me out? Okay, fine. I'll get me an apartment and
Yeah.
live, start my life over again without you and get something better. And that's what's happening. We're going over there to get something better. Look at where you at, Panama. Beautiful women down there.
Oh,
Goddesses,
absolutely.
basically.
Yeah, you're right, bro. Leverage. I got leverage here. When I see the woman here in Panama, I'm like, you Western women have no clue what you're up against. You have no clue what you are up against. And when I drop
mhm.
the videos in the coming days and weeks, I interviewed guys, I interviewed ladies, I got the whole nightlife scene, the whole daytime scene. It's gonna shock you, brothers, man. You're
Dude,
getting
you're in
scammed.
paradise.
You're getting scammed in the
Yep.
West. That's what I'm gonna say. You're getting
But
scammed.
You want to see the
but IP.
Venezuelan you were talking about?
Oh my goodness. I'm still
But
upset that
brothers,
she was married. Go on, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but, bro-
yeah.
but brothers, you've heard the sign language these Western Jezebels always say about foreign women. They said, oh, they come from poor countries, they're victims, they're deprived, or you're just gonna take advantage of them. All like honestly, I'm glad foreign women are fighting back because it's all degrading. It's all degrading. Like even but it makes no sense because what are these Western Jezebels doing themselves? They're promoting sex tourism, going to Dubai, you know, promoting sexual depravity, going to Jamaica, going to Gambia. But foreign men don't want them. They have to pay for bots because they're valueless.
Facts.
I hate to say
And
it too. Go ahead.
sorry, bro, but
Let me
I'm sorry,
let me bring in. Oh, go on, Dems. Finish your point.
but how can they call us traitors? What has the West ever done for good black men?
Nothing.
There you go. This was never our home. So how can we be traitors? But go on, I do.
Thank you, bro. Anyone calls me a traitor with my foreign wife and girlfriend, I'm going to get a strap, and we'll see if we're still going to talk that nonsense. Let me bring in Mr. Mike Lawrence. What's going on, Mike? How you doing?
How's it going, Ipe?
I'm doing fantastic, bro. How are you?
Good. Happy today's Saturday. Yeah, happy Saturday.
You too as well, bro. So, what's your thoughts on this stream, bro?
Yeah, you know something. It's really going to be it's going to be a lot hell of a time for these Western women because they brought this upon themselves and their unrealistic expectations, their mentality is really going to drove them to being single for the rest of their natural lives. And feminism will, if I'm correct, but feminism will eventually collapse by 2029 or 2030 because half of them are going to be single and childless. And that's really gonna they're paying the consequences. It's like they don't it's like I don't understand because it's like I don't understand this because what's their end game? What is their end game right now to stopping us brothers from getting our passports and go have another life elsewhere? What's their end game?
All right, thank you, Mike. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so let me bring in KB355. And feel free to call in as well, brothers, to hear your thoughts. If you have any questions, please hit the PayPal and super chat for your questions. And of course, please hit the like button and support any donations you have. That'd be greatly appreciated. What's going on, KB?
What's up, guys?
I'm doing good, but I can't really hear you too clearly.
Hold on. For some reason it switched off my. All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, much more clearer, brother.
Okay. Yeah. It switched off my headphones. I don't know why. But on this topic, another thing that I wanted to also point out, I don't know if you guys follow O'Shea, but he made a video about Chris Brown. Not that I care for Chris Brown, but he was making a joke about him being a potential passport bro or something like that because he was making comments on social media about how good he's getting treated in other countries, and he's thinking about going over to those countries and performing there. He's thinking about banning performing in the U.S. in general because of the media, how the media is doing him. He just feels like he don't even want to deal with them at all because he said it. When he said it, it was kind of funny. He posted, he was like, "I'm gonna go where I'm appreciated, basically, where I'm welcomed. Why should I perform where I'm not welcome?" And it was basically a huge controversy on social media. So I thought that was pretty funny about the whole black men being public enemies and you know the whole. I got a couple of my friends to get their passports. Like I said, not like I said, but I don't think it's gonna be to the degree that dudes are just not gonna be able to get their passport. No, 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 no. I think that's only like I wanted to know more information about that case. What state was it in? Like, where did this woman manage to pull this off? Because I don't see that as like a grand scale thing where black men are signing up for their passport and they're just not allowing them to have it. I find that hard to believe. Like, it's gonna take a long time before that becomes a huge issue. It's gonna take a while. It's not gonna be something that just overnight or in a couple months. Like, no, I think this is just social media scare that they're doing stuff like that. But my buddies, they just now got their passports. Both black men. Hey, we're in the South though, so that's why I want to know where this was taking place at, because I find that to be very crazy that they're preventing dudes from just putting it in an application. That's wow. And then again, that just shows it just shows how far they're willing to go to destroy us. The men that they don't want, the guys that are the cleanup men, the guys that they claim who are the dusties. Why do you care what these guys are doing? And at the same time, um, a lady had brought this up on her channel, which I agree with. It's like, as black men, we have to understand. I know a lot of black men don't like it when it's said, but we have to stop making everything. We have like everything. All our moves are out in the open. You can't always move like that. I get it that some dudes don't want to move in secret. Like, oh, the white dudes do this and they don't get any flack. I just feel like, okay, but you know the power that the white dudes have. You know their influence in the world. So why are you worried about what they do? Worry about how you should move. Don't worry about what they do. If they want to be out in the open and talk about what they do overseas, they're colonizers. Let them do what they do. But us, we have to operate differently. That's just me personally. That's just my personal opinion. But like, that's why it's getting so much negativity, because it's so popular and well known on social media that it's obviously gonna put a target on our backs when it comes down to it. So my opinion is, hey, get your passport, move discreetly. If you have anything like that to avoid like a Austin Holloman situation, put things on Patreon, make things private, make things group only. You don't have to put all the business out on Front Street for everybody to see to prove that you're living your best life. I just don't feel like that's necessary. Like, the content should only be for the people that's gonna appreciate it anyway. That's just my take on it, though.
Thanks for your thoughts.
Can I respond? Can I respond to that, please, IP?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
I hear you, bro, but no, I think this is just this is a good message for good black men only. Because so many black men have suffered in the West. I know brothers who are suffering in silence, bro. They feel like they can't ascend, they can't become the best versions of themselves. They feel like they're obligated to deal with these Delilahs in the West. And I think the Passport Bros movement is a really good solution for them to self-improve and get the women that they've always wanted. Because you have to remember, bro, we spent all our lives being good men, doing the right thing, put your head down, study hard, always show people respect. But when you give respect, where's the respect for us? From women who should value our hard work. But because they like degeneracy, they think that we would give them a second chance, all because, they're women. But we have our passport, and we've seen that there are women overseas who are traditional, who respect us for who we are. So why shouldn't we spread the message so it can help other good black men?
I think the issue with that is what is being put out as content, because the issue is, and this is some of the complaints they're complaining about, is that oh, you're showing all these women that's in bikinis and you're out on these boats, with these women and in these clubs.
Mhm.
Those are the things they have the greatest complaints about. How come you're not showing about monuments and this and that? And it's like, well, we're not marrying monuments and stuff like that. We're out here trying to be with women. We're showing the women, obviously, but and sometimes it's a double-edged sword. You got to be careful because some of the women we're showing, like down in the Philippines, some of the women they're showing, those are the, pay for play girls. We have to be careful of that. But some of the other passport girls that we know actually who have wives were not pay for play girls. They were actually, women that they met, they had a relationship. Those are the guys that pretty much moved in silence. And I think in some ways we have to get that message to get across all those, guys who are having these difficulties and get that message across. But at the same time, we got to creep in silence. And it's not that these guys can't get women in the United States. It's just we're not dealing with the transactional relationship that's being imposed that we should be doing in these relationships.
I want to
Yeah.
ask.
Well, very well said.
I want to add something to that though.
Okay. Go on, bro.
Um, what do the women have in common that are on the beach that are not in common with women in the West?
They're in shape. They look
They're
good.
Bingo,
feminine.
bingo,
That,
bingo, bingo.
that
That's why they're mad. That's why they're
yep.
mad because these women are shaped like Lizzo and linebackers. That's why they're mad.
hmm Basically, they're basically like, why would a beautiful girl want a duck like you? You
It-
ugly
it- it-
duckling. She would never, if she was living in the States, she would never choose you. That's their mentality.
yeah,
But it's
that's
just
the
like
mentality.
those women don't operate the same way you guys do. You
We,
guys operate in your masculine, they operate in their feminine. That's what makes you guys completely different. And they
exactly.
cannot see that.
Yeah, it's sad that I have so many different nicknames for these big old women, like creek beavers, like freaking mud goats, freaking water buffalo, and I don't care. Like when it comes to that, like my friend even said, "Bro, you're a savage," and I'm like, "Well, they bring it upon themselves, bro. They bring this upon
I mean,
themselves."
I,
Fact.
I mean, bro, it's good to be a savage because you have no boundaries anymore. Nothing's holding you back.
All right, thank you. Let me get some new callers in. Hold on, brothers. Shout out to Mr. Rodney Woods II for the $499 super chat. Thanks for the support, bro. Shout out to IP from KC, Kansas City, I'm assuming, to Texas. Keep achieving. Thank you, bro, for the kind words, Rodney Woods. Appreciate you, bro. Congratulations to Kansas City's on their Super Bowl win. Great match. I watched that in Panama in the casino the other day. Great game. Shout out to Austin Mahomes, great player. So Gavin and Pooh, can you turn the camera on in the background so I know you're not trolls? Let me bring in opportunity. Okay, thank you, Gavin. You are confirmed. Pooh, you're also confirmed as well. Thank you very much. Let me bring in Mr. Opportunity. He's been very patient in the background. Thank you very much. Fantastic. Opportunity, how you doing, bro?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear, bro. I hear you loud and clear. How you doing? You good?
Yes, sir. You know I can't complain. I'm chilling. Thailand. That's how we roll.
Fantastic, man. So when I'm back from Panama, we'll catch up, bro. I know we have lots to catch up on.
Yeah, no worries. We got it. We got it unlocked. Shout outs for you. How you enjoying Panama?
Amazing, bro. I got so much intel for the brothers, man. It's amazing. I'm loving it here, man. Weather's great. Women are cooperative. Food is great. It's cheap. It's just awesome. And I'm going to give brothers all the intel they need to travel over here. Woman, food, nightlife, everything. So in the next coming weeks or days, be watch out for the Panama content, brothers.
Shout outs. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So I guess I'll speak to the subject. Definitely. I think that you guys. I wouldn't say so much a public enemy number one, but some you definitely are. But I think move in silence is very valid. How we speak about, you know, people from the West or from the countries who move when we're moving. That all has a thing. You know, once again, the most of the West is a woman first society. So if you're not doing anything that doesn't support them, or you're not tolling or serving them, it's going to be an issue. I'm not going to name any specific people, but you know, other people were taking girls on yachts, taking them on private planes, and they got caught up in nonsense. Still, even with
What?
that. So, well, yeah, I don't want to put the specific name out there, but what I'm saying is you could still be snapped up for being a man living a freaking great life that doesn't
Mm.
go with what society wants for you guys. They want you to
Mm.
just be miserable in America and just work your dead end job. And anytime you're out here, you know, driving Ferraris, driving through the mountains, taking girls on boats and yachts and having all these selections, they don't like that at all. They're going to come after you regardless. And so, knowing that, I would say that it's not so much, you know, I understand the little black and white thing, but what I would say is that, you know, if you guys go out and enjoy yourself and just focus on your markets that you're moving to and focus on your future, and then you'll be all right in the long run. Yeah, they're very good at propaganda. You know, of course, if they were treating you like that when you were in the States, they're not going to stop treating you like that just because you got on a plane. Like, it's not going to change. They're still going to start propagandizing the airways, you know, like they did with Austin, you know, or with some people, and just put their name out in a negative way. The best thing you guys can do is just move. I lived overseas for 17 years, so I wouldn't call myself a passport bro. I just call myself like a global expat. I've always lived overseas, and you know, you just enjoy it. But now everything's just online, right? So that's all. That's the difference. It's been done for a long time. It just hasn't been broadcasted for the most part, because YouTube is a platform, Instagram is all these platforms for you guys to actually put the content out there. And like we talked about before, IP, your channel has a lot of good content around people getting married, people having long lasting relationships, not like a hookup thing. Even though other people do it, you know, people are hypocrites at the end of the day. And so you guys just keep moving forward, trucking forward, and I think everything will be fine in the long run. Definitely still get your passport, still get stuff done, because guys, living overseas is just the best way to go about life. Not only just
Mm.
for some small aspect of your life, like women, but rent, just cost of living, and just different cultures. It's just a way better way to live.
Absolutely, man. I think when you add in that you're making money in dollars or pounds or a strong currency, then it becomes, you know, amazing. It becomes amazing.
Yeah, I did that. I put up like a number and I compared like Dallas or just a major metropolitan to like Bangkok or anywhere else. And then the local, you guys got to look at the local purchasing power in comparison, and you'll see that, you know, you have 83% more purchasing power than the locals here in Thailand if you have an American salary or 100 or 200. So that is a big difference. Now that kind of just made you richer, right? You just go to another place and you're like, yo, I'm richer, right? And so once you translate your money into whatever the currency is, it just gives you a higher quality of life, amplifies your life, and provides you with more opportunities. And people from those countries have more humble, you know, kind of measurements of what it is to have a good life. You know, like some YouTubers have done a video where, you know, Filipino people are saying like, you know, $1,000 a month would be amazing. That would be wealthy, right? So if you take yourself to that market, you'll get a better deal.
Damn, $1,000 a month to them is a lot, but some brothers are making
Super
10k,
lot, yeah.
10k a month. Bringing that to Philippines, you're living like a king. You know, it's amazing, man. The currency disparity. Thank you, opportunity. I appreciate you, bro. Let me bring in Mr. Gavin Exposure. He's been very patient. Hi, then, Gavin. You okay, bro?
Hey, yes, I'm doing okay, IP. Can you hear me well?
Loud and clear, brother. Loud and clear.
Fantastic, fantastic. Good evening, gentlemen. Of course, I'm calling in from America, Arizona to be exact. I have several points that I want to touch on. I'm going to do it briefly because I want to respect the show and I want to respect the time. So, apologies if I sound all over the place, gentlemen. First and foremost, IP, thank you so much, man, just for everything that you do. Thank you for continuously being on the front line. Thank you for being a voice because I know what you do is not easy. And the fact that you stream late hours in the night all the way in the UK and how you support your American brothers. Just thank you, bro. Much love, first and foremost. Second,
Thank you.
yes, yes. Secondly, this is a challenge to the men. Because I see a lot of this on social media, and I try to back away from social media because it's very toxic. But a challenge to my brothers: stop gassing these women up on social media and commenting on every photo that you see of them. I can't tell you how many times I get on Instagram or Facebook and I see some of the most average looking women, and there are just comments from all types of guys. And the crazy part about it is the women don't even respond to you. They don't even tell you thank you. They don't tell you anything back. If anything, they only respond when other women comment. Stop gassing these women up, guys. Stop. That is really a huge challenge that I have for my brothers because a lot of what these women do, yes, it's screwed up the things that they do, but a lot of times we allow them to get away with certain things because we don't stand our ground. And I just really want the men, especially in America, to be more firm. Stop being so lenient with these women. Stop automatically believing them anytime they come to you with a sorry, sob story about what happened in their life. Be firm, man. Be more firm, please. So but just wanted to put that out there. Continue to search for jobs online, so that way you can work overseas. There are a lot of remote opportunities right now. If you just simply go to indeed.com and search whatever your field may be, you can find something. If IT is not necessarily the route for you, there are online jobs. Last point that I wanted to make, gentlemen, I do feel as though they are going to eventually come for the passports. So if you see that your passport is getting ready to expire, I urge every man to be adamant about making
Mm,
sure you renew that passport, even if it's 6 months away from expiring. Do everything you can to make it a priority to renew that passport in all
mm.
seriousness. Love you guys and be blessed.
Hey, thank you, Gavin, man. Great comment there. I appreciate the first part as well. Thank you for the kind words, bro. You are right about renewing your passport. I renewed mine recently, got 10 more years on that bitch. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, it feels good, man. It feels good. I've got 10 years on my passport, additional 10 years. No one can play me about. I'm good. So if your passport is expiring within 6 months, a year, go and renew it right now. Don't wait any longer. Renew it. Get 10 more years on that for security. You have that security around you anywhere around the world. And ball out, man. I'm telling you, renew your passport is very important. So a good point there, Gavin. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Mr. The Grey Mercy Riff for the $10 super chat. They don't want us dating outside the US. We are spending money on foreign women. We could be spending on the AW's OnlyFans. We are stealing from them. Yeah, that's facts, man. That's facts. I'm not spending a single penny on a Western chick anymore. She can go F herself. Appreciate you, Gavin. Thank you, bro. Let me bring in Mr. Pooh. Okay. Hey, how you doing, Pooh?
What up? What up? What up? What's going on, man?
Doing great, man. Doing great. How you keeping?
Not too bad. Had a busy day today, but this the whole conversation had me thinking. Because it does seem like they're coming for us on the daily now, but it also made me think about the I guess the people they choose to lead us and who represents a passport bro in the eyes of the media. You know how they chose a young kid. They chose a kid that they chose people who they put the women out on the yachts, hopping in the water, crazy tattoos everywhere, not looking so classy. That imagery is done on purpose, and it's well done to paint us in a bad light, like we looking for trouble. We're up to no good. We everything's legal, but it's not going to matter. Not to someone in America. They're going to say, okay, this person's looking for trouble. This person's just a basic pookie. Look, they're doing what they do over here. They're probably doing illegal things. So I think that you talk about like Austin Hallman. Yeah, I'm a follower of his channel. I'm easily entertained, I guess, by this stuff. and just to see what he's up to. But I also see things that kind of make me cringe a little, because I'm like, oh man, maybe you shouldn't put that out there, because they painting him as the leader of this whole thing. And you got when you're putting that light, he knows that people are watching him, but at the same time, I think he's still trying to get the hang of putting up like his messaging and what he puts out there. So sometimes he's good, sometimes he missed the mark, and that could paint a bad light on everybody. Although it is his content, but they're trying to use that, and I don't know about them trying to take our passport, but they're trying to do something. Maybe maybe influence other countries to get us out of there, or put some sanctions on us out there, or something like that. I don't know, but there. I mean, we're walking into some we're going to be walking into some issues. That's why I love this channel. Number one, you keep it very professional. Everyone seems to be intellectuals, very wise. It's always wisdom on this channel. And the brother that spoke before, I listened to him on his stream. I listened to his stream a couple of times. He definitely dropped some gems on there. So I definitely appreciate him being on here. Just spread his message, spreading his wisdom. So and that's what's needed here. Not just hoes and bikinis. It don't have to be like that. Just finding peace of mind. I'm a married man, so my hoes and bikini stage, that's over now. But I think motivating young brothers and older brothers alike to become more like-minded, stand together, help each other, self-improvement. That's key. Not just the hoes and the bikinis, but at this point, there's nothing we can do about that. I mean, we can help spread the message here. We can spread positivity right here. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to add. I definitely appreciate everybody's take on everything, though. Really good chat.
Thank you, Pooh. You made a good point there in regards to what those countries could do. Because I heard recently that Indonesia, they've banned smashing outside of wedlock.
Yeah,
because anyone. Yeah, that's done on purpose. They probably saw a bunch of white dudes running up on their chicks in Indonesia. They're like, now we got to put us up to that. So no one can have sex outside of marriage in Indonesia anymore. So we know for a fact that passport bros ain't going there anymore. Oh man, that's.
Well, can I respond to that?
Yeah.
Well, one, with Indonesia is a Muslim country, so I can understand them putting that law up there. Second, I can't really see them going after our passports as far as the U.S. because it's a violation of our constitutional rights. They're gonna hit the Constitution on that one. We do have the right, the freedom to travel and be free and stuff like that. So them taking away that, because we're gonna go overseas to find wives, it's not, because everybody uses their passports for various different reasons and stuff like that. And plus we see other countries starting to open up like citizenships to us. Like I'm hearing that from Africa, I'm hearing that from Guyana. And then we're seeing digital nomads visas being offered in Colombia and Brazil and Thailand. And, things are starting to open up more for the passport bros, more opportunities overseas to do stuff. So I think with this whole thing with globalization that everybody's starting to embrace, we're seeing more and more opportunities for us to do something on a global scale. So I don't think this whole thing about us, not being with these women in the US is going to be an issue.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
I want to add to that though, real quick. To your point though, like I will go to Indonesia and I'll get me a third wife, because me myself, I'm Muslim, so we can have up to 4, and that's my goal. I'm having 4, like that. I'm dead serious. I know you don't believe me, but that's my goal. I'm gonna have one in Africa where I come from. I'm gonna have one in Kazakhstan. I'm gonna have one in Russia, and I'm open to have one in India as well. Or not
India.
not India. But although that is a hot spot, don't tell anybody about that. But
India.
yes,
What? Come
yeah,
on, bro. You can be
I'm
better
dead
than that.
ass. I'm dead ass.
Bruh, come on,
Listen,
man.
listen. that's another stream in itself. But I know so many Africans right now who are wifing up those Indian women.
We're good on that, bro. No Indian up in here, bro.
Bro,
Ugh.
they're fine out there. I try to tell y'all. Listen to this, man. They are fine out there, man. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
No, but
Nah, man. So I can't do it, man.
yeah,
And
I understand coming from the UK.
and they got a feminist problem. Let me tell you the problem, and I'll keep it brief. Right, number
Yeah,
one,
go ahead,
feminism.
go ahead, go ahead.
Feminism is a big problem in India. It's becoming rampant. I'm seeing the way they're dressing out there on Instagram. They're literally becoming American Woman Part 2. Number two, they're not really checking for brothers like that. I'll be real with you, and we don't really check for them like that.
Yeah,
When it comes to the brown skin complexion, we go for Latinas and mixed race chicks. And in the UK here, brothers and them, we don't really mesh like that, man. So,
yeah.
number three, they just don't do it for me, man. They just don't do it for me for some reason.
Yeah,
They're a pass on me, bro. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't.
yeah, no, I get it. I know because there's a big community in the UK. Because my uncle lives in the UK and he doesn't mess with them either. He's cool off of them.
Yeah, they don't really mess with us. We don't mess with them like that. I'll keep it real with you.
Yeah.
So let me roll it to opportunity. I think you wanted to say something before he went on mute.
Oh no, I was just saying, yeah, for the passport thing, definitely there's massive amounts of opportunity. Also, you just have to be wise. I think when we first come out the gate, we're excited. We provide the information, and then we refine ourselves. Hopefully, if we mature over the time. And so, as far as certain countries, we got to just remember, the local, populace, they're going to look to protect their women also if they think that certain things might not be fair. Of course, I told you last time about laws about the age gap and marrying or being with a girl at a certain age. Like if you're 50, trying to, be with somebody who's 23 or something might be an issue. For some countries, they just passed legislation, but it was just one country. But for the most part, they are offering, for you to live there. There are the digital nomad visas that are being rolled out. Bali is one that's coming up. Cambodia is offering citizenship, a 10-year visa for, a minimum investment of like 50K. So countries are opening their borders. They're providing great opportunities for people to live overseas, be a global citizen. I would say if it's going to be a passport movement, you guys definitely on top of women, which is highlighted a lot, is also a passport possibly, right? Trying to get other passports and looking into that and what it looks like. Some of these countries, if you live there for 5 years, or if you X, Y, and Z, whatever the requirements are, then you can go about getting those passports. And you can keep your American passport, do your due diligence to make sure it's not one of those countries that request you to renounce your American citizenship. But those opportunities are open and available to you also. I think that's one of the most important things for me is focused on how to get a passport from a different country also, just to have it also as an addition to my family of my American passport. So those are there, like so many opportunities, guys. This is the first time in human history where men are not dying in wars and are not toiling in factories. So with that being said, enjoy your life. You only get one. And of course, explore the world and don't worry too much. Women will always be there. They will be around. They shouldn't be number one priority. Just get yourself free, experience the world, sail the 7 seas first, and then figure out what you want from there, which would be a great lifestyle that you could build out for yourself, if you ask me. And I've been overseas for 17 years. It's not nothing new. I'm not like running around here like a kid at a candy store, which I understand. Don't get me wrong. If I go to America for a month and I'm like, I got to get out of here. I don't know how y'all do it for longer than that. But nevertheless, it is amazing opportunities. And I know we talk about IT, but there's also ways to, of course, be an investor in America, but live overseas. So there's so many ways. You guys, the sky is not the limit. And I'm super excited. So don't worry about the small turbulence. Some people on the YouTube talking. Once you turn off this YouTube, I bet you it's not even a factor when you're in Panama. Am I right, IP?
Facts, bro. Absolute facts. Let me ask this opportunity. What country has banned guys in their 50s wifing up women in their 20s?
It was Cambodia.
What?
Yeah. They just made legislation around it. So I don't keep me like, 50 to 20. It is an age. I just can't give you the pinpoint because I don't remember it, but they did pass a law like that. Things just change. Don't get it twisted. It's not like something that's going to be rampant or anything like that. But it was just happening at one occasion. When you still can look at the global marketplace, that's just one country. So it's not really that deep and that serious. And I just said it so you guys can just have some understanding about in the macro, it's not that serious. I'm telling you, the biggest, best weapon they have is weapons of mass deception. So the propaganda, the negative talking, that's the only power they got left. You got the passport. You in the plane. You're in the country. The only thing left is to propagandize the airways and make other people feel bad or make other people, start hopping on the bandwagon and campaigning against such. But I'm just telling you, that's the only power they got, and that's not much. Get on the plane and leave and enjoy yourselves and do what IP says. And then look at these brothers and look at IP's channel. You get to see the testaments and testimonies of other people that are happy in their relationship. And so that is the green. And the grass is greener on the other side, guys.
Wow. Thank you, opportunity. Appreciate that.
Amen to that.
Can I add something real quick? Just real quick.
Okay.
One of the brothers said something very telling. He said basically that as a man, it's not normal for you to like be alone. You know what I mean? Like he said that. But like for the bigger picture, I think like especially in the West, you have to go into monk mode so you can achieve your ultimate goal. So that's why unfortunately you have to cut off all the things that maybe you would have been doing. You know what I mean? Like you have to cut off all the dates. You have to cut off all the dating apps. You have to cut off all, hey, let me buy you a drink in order for you to get to those greener pastures. And you almost have to do like monk mode, so you can reach the goal like even quicker. You know what I mean?
Like
So
discipline. Be
yeah,
disciplined.
yeah. So that's a reality that like, you know what I mean? Like
Mm.
it's a crazy reality, but you have to maybe like embrace that reality. And then it gets to a point where you just like it. I hate to say it, but I just get annoyed just even being around Western women. Like I just get like I just want to. It's to a point right now where I'll just turn my face away. If one even like greets me, like that's how bad it is. Because I'm gonna end on this note. It's not just them; it's their hygiene problem too. That's really
This is going private. Man. We went too crazy tonight.
No, IP really.
Shout out to the Great Mercy Riff for the $5 super chat. The most image the US could do is take away the tax benefits of being an expat or extended traveler, but that would be enough to stop most. Okay, yep, yeah, I agree with that. Yes, indeed. Hopefully that doesn't happen. God forbid that doesn't happen. Thank you very much to the Great Mercy Riff. Shout out to Mr. Theo Waff for the $10 super chat. Leave as soon as you can within the next 3 years. Okay, I'm bro. The next 1 year, Theo, in my opinion. Work remote, buy land, marry, establish yourself, only return for work. Let the government deal with Keisha. Facts, man. Facts. Absolute facts. Thank you, Theo, for the wise words. Thomas, I'll put it on a Patreon. I won't completely cancel it. Shout out to Mr. Corvius Glaive for the £5 super chat. YouTube censoring my message again. Big up to all us brothers in the Wicked West. Yes, indeed. Thank you, UK brother Corvius Glaive. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you very, very much. All right, awesome. Let me bring in Mr. J Takashi. Sun King, I see you, bro. Give me a minute. J Takashi, are you there? Oh, you're sleeping. Damn, you're sleeping, bro. I can't bring you when you're sleeping. I'm going to respect you, so I'm not going to bring you in. Because you got your camera on as well. Let me bring in Mr. Sun King, and hopefully Jay wakes up. Do you want to turn your camera off, Sun King? Or do you want to leave it on? It's up to you, bro. Give me a thumbs up. Or on? Yeah? Give me a thumbs up. Just want to make sure. Okay, thank you, bro. Let me bring you in. What's going on, Sun King?
What's going on, you guys? Man, I've been just looking at this passport movement lately. And, I can tell you it's getting just real crazy. just the amount of hate that black men are getting for this movement because they want wives. And it just, I see it every day on TikTok, just the amount of hate that black men get. But my thing is, why are black women so mad at us? When we as black men didn't start the red pill movement, it was started by white men because they feel like they lost control of white women. Black men just follow suit because of the things that we saw in our neighborhoods growing up. And you know, like if you ever like if you come from the inner city, you do see some things as a black man dealing in the black community, you know, and you just get tired of it, you know. So
Definitely.
I never understood like why we was getting so much hate for this, or they trying to label people to be predators. And at first I couldn't understand the movement as well. I even made some videos about it because I thought it was a situation of the skills with women. But I actually do see where you guys coming from because I'm 28, and you are right. The women, not too many of them over here don't know how to be wives because they it's either it's about money or it's about trying to combat a man or even stepping into a man's shoes. And a lot of women, the problem is these women want to be men, but they can't do the work that men do. That's the thing about it.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Real.
If I can try to answer that question, the problem is that our women today is just Shazar Ali basically stated this. If you look at the women, their minds are about the age of a 14-year-old. I mean, if you listen to their arguments that they have against us, it doesn't make any sense. Like, really I was on a live on TikTok and I asked this one girl, she said, men aren't providers. And I asked her specifically, which men are you talking about? Are you talking about the criminals that's out in the street that you're laying with? Or are you talking about the police officers, the doctors, or the lawyers? Her next question was, well, how many black attorneys are there? That wasn't the question. Which one of the group are we talking about that are not the providers? And as I continue, she eventually just removed herself from the live. That's what I'm saying. I think they know that they got caught because they make bad decisions. They just don't want to take accountability. And that's the key word to this whole thing, accountability for their actions. If you're going to solve these problems, take accountability for these actions. No one's going to fault you for it. No one's going to shame you for it. We make mistakes in life. We all do it. Okay. But don't skirt around these and then say, the actions of a few men is a generalization of all black men, especially the ones you claim you don't want anyway. You never wanted them. You don't find them appealing. And the ones you cheat on and you don't, you put in the friend zone. That doesn't make any sense. And then it doesn't. Is not being providers because you're not giving them the opportunity to provide. And then when they decide, hey, we found the key, we're going overseas to get wives, now you rag on us. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. But my question is, what are we exactly supposed to provide and protect from these women? Like, they have access to the government is on their side. So what the hell do we got to provide and protect them for? Like, this isn't like the Stone Age anymore. Like, I feel like as a man, like, yeah, it's your job to provide and protect your wife. Okay, true enough. But just random women that you're dating, it's just not the truth. It's really just not the case either.
Yeah, we're the horsepower though. You know what I'm saying? So there's a old white man. I was talking to him, and he was so old he didn't realize what he was saying. He definitely didn't understand who he was talking to. But he told me, he said, "Hey, I got a joke for you. Don't get offended." He said, "Do you know how to get a colored man to do what he's told?" And I was like, "How?"
What?
He was very old. He's in his 80s. He said it just like that. He said, all you got to do is tell his wife.
Oh, man.
So, yeah.
That's
they've had that type of control in the Black community. We were never in charge. They were placed.
Nah, we really wouldn't.
So
But
yeah, it makes a whole. We got a totally different dynamic going on. So yeah, if we exercise our power finally, because it's the only thing we can do. Besides, it'd be a bloodbath. Just to walk away and say, you know what, I'm gonna try something different over here. Let me explore the world. Let me explore my horizons instead of staying here under you. Let
right,
me try something else.
right,
So
and I don't see nothing wrong with that, man.
it shouldn't be anything wrong, but it's different because we're still needed in the country. They still need us, and the link between us. Well, they are the link between us and everybody else. Is women. How the pressure to vote Democrat, the pressure to be liberal, to accept certain things that's coming. How we're raised in the house.
You're definitely right.
Is pushed by by Black women. I'm a product, man. So I definitely understand that. So they're mad because their horses are leaving, man.
Right.
So
The
the horses are leaving.
workhorses or the war horses. Yeah.
And
I
you know, another thing I just wanted to chime in on, I be seeing a lot of these guys. Like I said, I'm a black man that kind of been in the streets and seen them. I'm not a thug or a gangster or anything like that, but you know, I'm kind of like a balance of yin and yang. I try and keep myself educated, but at the same time, I know that as a black man, that is wolves and lions and gorillas out here, and you have to be ready to slay them before they eat you alive. But I wanted to tell these guys that they be talking about Pookies and Ray Ray. Really, the thugs are some of the biggest suckers out here because they don't understand. These guys are going out here risking their lives, taking penitentiary chances to impress a woman. As soon as they go to jail or get killed, she's on to the next dude. So yeah, for the moment, the woman might be laying down with him, but at the end of the day, at the end game, if he don't live or he get a whole bunch of prison time, that woman is gone. So I don't see why these guys be, talking about Pookie and Ray Ray because they have proven that they are the biggest suckers now. Spending money, taking them out, buying them mirror bags and all this for them. So, it's just, I never understood that dynamic right there.
If I could add something too, I think for the most part, we need to realize that, when we have communication, and that's why I like this channel. It's a bunch of men and we're coming together and talking. And women just communicate different because they move in the world differently. IP, let me ask you a question. If you had a situation and it's difficult for you to deal with, would you just start crying? Probably not, right? Because people will be like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you crying? They'll back away from the situation. But for a woman, crying is a really good response because if she cries, then someone usually is going to respond. They're going to say, what's wrong? How can we help you? Nobody's going to ask you that as a man and you just start busting out crying. They're going to probably try to step away from you. So the same thing is when we talk and we have these conversations, we try to deal in logic and, oh man, it don't make sense, the data. They don't use that. That's not their best tool. Their best tool is to do what they do. Shame, insult, guilt, the need to be right. All these techniques in communication work for them, right? So that's why they have the conversations like that. So that's why I think it's important for us to have our space and not for views, invite a bunch of other girls in just to get a conversation because it goes nowhere at the end of the day. Kevin Samuels went nowhere. Most men learned great stuff from Kevin Samuels by seeing the crazy hypocrisy and all the stuff he used to talk about when he talked straight directly to men. So I think it's very important to listen to other men. And mostly in the culture, men haven't been talking to each other like that. It's always been through these proxies and all this other crazy nonsense going on. So I would say for the most part, you guys keep on your path pushing forward because I assure you, it's nothing but smokes and mirrors. This is the way that they keep you captured by distracting you. Now you're negotiating points. Now they get you out of pocket to say something crazy like, you a hyena. They're like, got him. So now they're going to put that and put it on the lime wire. You're going to say, oh, well, you didn't want me. You're hurt. Shame, insult. Who hurt you? They have all the communication mechanisms to trap you. The conversation is where they win. So if you just step off, they're talking to themselves. If you just step off and you're in the island, if you're in Panama, if you're in Thailand, who are they talking to? And watch this. Guess what happens? When they come out talking their stuff, it's the Filipino women that come back online saying, who you talking about?
Yeah,
So
we
now
see
they
it.
start clashing with each other. And now all you got to do is just step off. Now, when it's the women fighting, like, yo, first of all, we're not ignorant. First of all, we're educated. First of all, we're not poor. We're not X, Y, and Z. Now it's the women. You don't even have to do anything. You stepped off. You getting engaged. That's where they get you, because they want you to come outside of yourself to say something wrong. That's why they act like that, even in interactions that you have. They're waiting for you to slip up. So that's why guys just need to maintain, frame, which they say, and just walk away and get that passport. Shame, insult, guilt, the need to be right, red herrings, who hurt you. These are all the techniques that are going to be utilized against you to destroy you. So that's why you step off and chill on the island in Panama with your boy IP.
If I can add to that, you know,
Mhm.
I've noticed something about this, you know, movement is a lot of guys are starting to think about entrepreneurship, thinking about getting into IT and cybersecurity and stuff like that. You know, we're upgrading ourselves as individual men. We're getting into these high end fields. We're becoming the high value men, the 6-figure guys, which is great. We're uplifting our personal lives as because of this movement. And that's going to open up the doors to take our money to go overseas and find these wives. And that's why I say move in silence and just show the results, because if you move in silence, you do these things behind the dark when they're sitting over here still bashing us and calling us this and that.
Right.
You go and you get that 8, 9, 10, bring her back to the United States or wherever you live and stuff like that. Or you want to stay over there, that's fine. But
I'm not bringing mine back.
yeah,
Bring
you
me in there. I'm
live
back.
this nice lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, you're already a 6-figure dude. You got a girl who's also in a profession that, you know, she's bringing in another income. Now your wealth is going up. You're living in a nice neighborhood. Let them be all mad and stuff like that, because that's another brother that they lost. There's like, that could have been mine, but guess what? We acted ignorant. That could have been mine because these hyenas shot their mouth off too much, acting all ignorant. And now we lost a brother that could have been something that could have built up our community. So we got to show them what they're losing, and we got to show them hard. So if we're going to do this movement, we got to upgrade ourselves first.
Mhm.
We got to build
Right.
ourselves up first. We got to get into that category of being those high value men, and then go overseas and get these quality professional women, not these pay for plays, professional women, and bring and do what we got to do. We got to make the impact hard on them so they understand, oh, we're losing these quality men, and look at what we got. We're still dealing with thugs and stuff like that, getting hit upside the head and all this other stuff. This ain't working. We need to reverse this ideology, and we need to do this quick, because this ain't working for us. My life is miserable right now, and it's like it's miserable because you're still making bad choices, and you're passing it on to the next generation that's still making bad choices, and we're not playing cleanup men. So you either come pure, or you keep doing what you're doing. So we got to impact it. We got to make it an impact. That means if we're going to do this, you got to be serious.
Man, I am
Indeed.
serious.
All right, thank you, Sun King. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, Sun King. Okay, thank you, brother. All right, brothers, feel free to call in. Let's get some new callers in. This has been a great conversation so far, and please feel free to support. You can hit the PayPal or the super chats. Please try and hit the PayPal. Usually takes a 40% cut of each and every super chat. So PayPal, any donations through the PayPal will be greatly appreciated. Okay, thank you, brothers. So let's get some new callers in. This has been a great conversation. It's getting late here, but I can go on for longer. It's the weekend, it's the weekend. So happy to go for another half an hour, but I need to see some new callers and some support If not, I wrap up early, go to bed, and enjoy the sun tomorrow in Panama. Um, Opportunity, are you going?
Yeah, I'm gonna let some other brothers get their voice heard. So shout outs to you, shout outs to everybody else, man. Keep the hope alive. Keep the hope alive. Keep pushing forward, bro. I'll get up with you later, IP on the back end.
Awesome. Thank you, opportunity.
Take it
Speak
easy,
soon.
brother.
Nice talking to you,
Speak.
bro.
Thank you, opportunity.
Y'all too.
Awesome. Great stream so far. Great stream. All right. So call in, brothers. Don't be shy. If you have any questions, please PayPal or super chat your questions. This is a great stream so far. Now, let me. All right. So let me speak briefly on Panama. I've got a whole bunch of intel. I will likely drop a Panama video on Sunday or Monday, and yeah, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be a great video. I interviewed a South Korean dude. South Koreans in Panama. Can you believe it? You know, he's a passport bro, or he's a travel dude. So he breaks down how he makes money in Panama and why we should avoid South Korean women. But I'm sure Pooh won't take too kindly to that. but it should be an interesting video, bro, and I want to see your reaction to it, Pooh. Like, what? I got a Korean wife. You talking about my girl like that?
We'll see about that. I can't wait for that, man. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be lit.
Hey, bro, he really hates Korean women, man. It was crazy to see, but I need to deal with them myself. So before giving the final judgment on them, and you're married to one, so we shall see how it goes. All right, thank you very much, Corvius Glaive. Gonna join the Patreon. Appreciate you, bro. Fantastic. Again, brothers, join the Patreon if you want to get the explicit intel on foreign women, IT consultations, or even if you want me to do like your own. If you want me to actually do the research for you for traveling, that's also an option on the Patreon on the personal strapper. So I got your back covered, brothers. You know, and the new IT courses will be out very soon. Be patient with me. All right, so let's get some callers in, and then while we wait for a new callers, let's rewind it back to who hasn't spoken in a bit. Mike Lawrence, are you still there, bro?
Yep.
You want to add to this conversation?
Yeah. You know something. This is really when I say the passport bro movement, it's starting to grow, and I'm hoping to God it will grow, because not only that it saves black men, but it also saves their mental health, and mental health is more important. It really is. It really is more important because how the media and how the social media and everything is just so manipulative. Women becoming more masculine and broke his heart and use us for money. It really destroys a man's mental health, because now we got and now with this passport bro movement, they're painting us as traitors or enemies of the people, or something like that, or ex tourism or whatever. Like,
No
they
matter
just
what we
don't
do,
they just don't understand.
they're gonna say that about us. We become rich.
Yeah.
We want a white girl. Oh, she's not white. Oh, you want a light skinned girl. Anytime we step out, do something. This some autonomy. Anything there is it's going to be a problem. It's time to get us back in check. Get us back on the plantation. Get back on that cotton, boy. It's just like that's just what it is. Anytime we step out, it's just it's almost like it's like dealing with the guard dogs, man. Guard dogs at the gate, they're getting away. You know, it's just that's going to happen no matter what we do. This right here, this is a big deal. I just hope that the people doing right get to be at the forefront, and we get to show some positive things instead of all the negative things they're putting out, which is getting on my nerves. And then the men with the biggest microphone need to do the right things. You know what I'm saying? Like make better moves. I know if you want to move funny, shh, be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like chill out. If you wanna be a pimp or a Mac overseas, go ahead and do that on your own. But you're affecting a lot of people, especially if you're saying you're trying to educate and show brothers like what life is like overseas. I suggest you stick to that, stick to doing that. But if you want to make a channel and everything like just like this is it's not just a channel, it's a business. It's something, treat it like a store. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to sully that and do your garbage in front of everybody. You're affecting all of us. They group us all up together when we mess up. It's not an individual. It's like, oh, they should be like that. Yeah, see how they're acting over there? So like I said, I've said that a couple of times now, being a black man, it's a responsibility, whether you like it or not. You're a role model, whether you like it or not. They're all watching. People are all racist. You got South Korea, people from South Korea still doing the dab over here. They're still copying. So it's just, we're in a unique situation. It's just the condition is different. And yeah, peace of mind is critical. And that's why I always suggest, hey man, just get overseas for a little while. And get that monkey off your back. Just check it out. I dare you. It's a totally different experience. You can be creative. You can take a breath. Just take a breath for a bit. Get on a remote work. It's not hard to get remote work. Not at all. If you have a skill, you got a certification. Certification better than a college degree these days. It's better than a college degree. It take you a couple of weeks to get a cert, whether it's IT, whatever you want to do, and get your ass off the couch, save your money, get off the J's, get off the video game, get off the Netflix subscription, get on the plane and change your life. I mean, for the better. It's not. I guess the change is scary to a lot of people, and then I'm a person programmed to think we got it better than everybody else. So I looked at everybody else as if they were a third world country, and then I got my bubble bursted, I guess you could say. As soon as I stepped off the plane, I was like, yo, it's going down over here. Doha first, Ireland. I saw Ireland. Wow. Germany ain't 1947. They got things going on, man. Like the world is different. Thailand they got a city, they got a metro. Singapore. I mean, everybody. Just pick a place. Just spin the globe and just put your hand on one. What they got going on over there?
Do you know what's funny, bro? Right, when you mentioned regarding, there's always some sort of trope about black men made by outside forces. If you get rich, he gonna get him a white girl. Blah blah blah. To me, right, that's control. That just shows you how much people control what we do and how we have to live our lives. Like, so the fact is, I remember many years ago, a friend of mine was very scared to date light-skinned black women. Oh, she got to be dark because I can't have people thinking I'm a colorist. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? If you like the girl, go and date her. Why are you worried about what BWs or what people are thinking about? Oh, you like light-skinned girl, you like white girls. If you like her, go and date her.
Yeah, exactly.
That just shows you the control that people have over black men. Do white men get controlled about blonde hair, blue-eyed Becky, or red-haired Rosanna? From California.
I used to do this. I was guilty of the same thing though. I used to, if I was dating a white girl, I get a little tight when I see some black girls come through. Oh snap! And then I tighten up. Black girls I don't even know. It's just put in your head, man. It's just all in your head. And if they do mess with you, I mean, who cares? But we put that pressure on ourselves. It's good to let it go for a while. I mean, it's very much needed. You just gotta. I guess it's just the matrix. It's our matrix, or is our reality really? It is what we got to deal with. we feel like we have to do. We have a sense of responsibility to the community still
Facts,
to
man.
to date and put up with whatever, your weight, your 3 kids, like whatever it is, whatever garbage you got, we just feel responsible to do that. And yeah, I'm a product of that. Yeah, I got a stepfather who, he took on a 19-year-old girl with a child. Thank God he did, but I saw what he went through at the same time. So I did my best to just be the best son I could for him. You know what I'm saying? But me myself, I told him, I was like, yo, I ain't the one. No, it wouldn't be me. He took on a lot of stuff. He put up with a lot of garbage, man, a lot of garbage. And he's all right now. I'm sure he got some more wounds. He still put up with some stuff, man. And then I had to put, as I grew up, I already told you the story about what things I had to deal with. It's just we got this sense of responsibility that really it shouldn't be there. We got a lot of pressure on us. The brothers that do the right thing, they're trying to do the right thing, staying out of trouble, being respectful, staying out of jail, stuff like that. We have this responsibility, and then we get to where we have to go, and we feel like we look back like we gotta owe somebody something. So those words, they work. Oh, colorism, that worked on me. That worked on me. It stopped me from being happy. It did.
Exactly, man. If I want to date a light-skinned black girl, that's none of your problems.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
crazy.
Yeah, I want me a vanity from Purple Rain. Let me get that. Let me get an Apollonia. I want to, yeah. But whoever I dated, it is always a question. Is also in my head. I was worried. What are they going to think about me? What are they thinking right now? I was like ruining some relationships of mine, man. I don't care now. As I got older, I was like, man, this is my wife's Korean. What you got to say about it? So I made sure my wife was bad as if I needed to be, and she support my goals and whatever I want, and she give me my peace so I can build myself.
Awesome, thank you.
And the thing about it is the countries we're going to, and some of the countries we mentioned, they have a Black population. So, like I know Colombia down in like near Barranquilla, there's a Black population over there, and Brazil obviously has a big Black population over there. So how can you say we're dating out of our race when we're going over there and there's a Black population? There's even even the Philippines and stuff like that. There's a historical DNA with them being Black. They're just they're what they call our Black Asians. Even they give them clap back for guys going to Africa. And dealing with them, and it's like the the women in Africa are just like looking at these Black women. It's like, what are y'all talking about?
It don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
What is the largest Black population outside of Africa? Do y'all know?
Brazil, right? Brazil.
So,
it's not Colombia.
But
Colombia has it. But even the ones that are like, very light skin or white skin, they come from they're part African as well.
The African descent.
Yeah.
Atlantic slave trade.
Even in Venezuela, you'll find that a majority of the people have some kind of African ancestry, not like versus the ones you see in Miami. If you actually go to Venezuela, though, you're going to see like mostly a African descendant or a mixed African descent population when you go there. Yeah.
Maybe it's a part of the big some grand scheme to erase us. Don't go anywhere else.
Unfortunately, some of these places, that have suffered from colonialism do, like, with novellas, they show you those like European looking ones, but when you actually go to the place, it's actually quite different. Like when you actually go to Cuba, you see more African like descended people. Or
I'm from Afro-Cuban descent.
Yeah. So that's what you see when you go there. But if you're in Miami, you wouldn't think that. You know what I mean? But you actually going to the island, you see it. you know, what
You,
time
you
it
think they show that to us on purpose?
yeah, they do, because they know, like, you know, like they try to like kind of like hide those kind of things. Like, even like me, I have family in two places, like in Guinea-Bissau and Cabo Verde, and you would think that Cabo Verde is just nothing but light-skinned people, but
Right.
when you actually go to the islands, a lot of those people are jet black. You know what I mean? Like,
Let me
there's only one island that actually has like a significantly like European admixture, but for the most part, most of them are like jet black or dark brown.
Okay.
let me bring in Mr. Johnny in the background. You confirmed, bro, and Chad, you're confirmed as well. And on that note about Afro Latinas, right? In my trip in Panama so far, I saw there's bad Afro Latina, and unfortunately, she was holding hands with a white boy. So I wasn't too happy about that, you know. Oh my goodness, I think I have it on video as well. I was about to approach her as well, like, "Hey, ma, how you doing? Let's see some white boys." I'm like, "What? Damn, man, they got you too, sis, huh?" Let me bring in Johnny. What's going on, Johnny?
How you doing, IP? What's going on, y'all?
I'm doing
Good,
fantastic, bro. How
man.
you keeping?
I'm hanging in there, hanging in there. Just looking forward to my next international trip, man. I
Mm.
just use the States for work, stacking up money, and that's about it. And networking with other brothers, obviously, too, right? So friendship, but I mean, outside of that, man, I mean, when it comes to like female company companionship, uh, I got to fly out the country if I want that to like, in a way that's natural, right? In a way
Yeah.
that feels normal, because dealing with these strags in the States, man, I can't. But anyway, man, I'm not trying to be too long-winded. I saw you were streaming and I saw the topic and I wanted to, just quickly weigh in. Are black men like, you know, public enemy number one? And like when I read that and thought about it, I'm like, okay, when have we not, to some degree, not had a target on our back, right? Like when you think about it, I mean, yeah, right now, like there's like a lot of negative publicity making the airwaves on YouTube, even on some of these news channels, calling out some of what some brothers are doing with their passports, right? Um, but if you take it back to the civil rights movement, if you take it back to Jim Crow, if you take it back to slavery, the black male, at least in Western society, has always had a target on his back, right? And it's never, I don't want to say it's never deterred us, right? Because there was a point where we couldn't really do anything about it, right? But if you go back to the '60s, what do we do? Like back when black men were still kind of semi leading our households, we like organized, we band together. We networked, we worked with each other, we organized, marches and sit-ins, and we made speeches and whatnot. And that's kind of that's just what has to happen today. You know what I mean? We shouldn't be deterred by what it is we're seeing or hearing, right? In the way of all the shame and all the guilt that's being thrown our way. We should continue to do like what you're doing now, getting folks together, getting brothers together, talking about the issue, talking about, okay, how are we going to move differently, right? Um, are we just going to like totally give up on this, like not using our passports? Absolutely not, because most of us want to form families, right? Most of us want to be in a situation where, we're not going to be, divorce raped, so to speak. So, I don't think we should be deterred. I don't think we should be swayed off from our current from our current trajectory. Um, and the reason why I say that is because we don't owe the West anything, right? We don't owe the community anything at this point, as far as I'm concerned, right? We don't owe the white man anything, right? Our ancestors built the U.S.,
Yeah.
right? There was slavery in the UK, right? So some of our ancestors helped build the UK,
Yep.
right? Most of us never got any reparations for that. Our ancestors never got any reparations for that. Then we endured, about 100 years of Jim Crow, right? We put up with that. And, now that, we're free and everything, now we can't get our woman to cooperate with us, right? Our woman wants to go off and do her own thing. All right, fine. So be it. Let her be. Let her be. Leave her alone. We don't owe the West anything, and we don't owe any ABWs anything, because it's our life, right? It's our lives, right? We have to go out and live it, ourselves. So yeah, right now we're getting a lot of heat, we're getting a lot of flack, but I don't think we should let it deter us. And if anything, it's kind of a sign that, I mean, the fact that it's upsetting so many people, right, isn't like an indication that we're doing anything wrong. It's, if anything, it's an indication that we're doing something right, because we're acting on our own autonomy, we're acting on our own sovereignty to go out and be men, to just go out and be men. Because like the West, they won't let us be masculine, they won't let us be leaders. The system's not constructed and set up to allow that to happen. And we're men, right? So we got to go somewhere where we can actually do that and be that. Like you look at Pooh, right? He ended up in South Korea with a woman that is on his program, that's cooperative, that gave him what, 2 kids, Pooh, right? 2 kids, South Korean, beautiful woman, right? And she's on his program. Now, if he had tried to look for something like that in the States, hell, he might still be single. You know what I mean? So I say to hell with them, to hell with them, to hell with the country, the West in general, and continue to exercise the right to travel.
Absolutely. Hey, yes, indeed, man. Thank you, Johnny, for that statement there. Appreciate you, bro. Great comment there, Johnny. Lovely seeing you here again. Shout out to Mr. the Gramercy Riff for the $10 super chat. Thank you, bro, for the support. I met guys who have got 12 AWS certs in less than a year. How's that even possible? Of being completely focused. How do you get 12 in a year? That's crazy. So it doesn't take in the same amount of time to get those cloud certs. He must be a genius, bro, because I've read those papers and there were a lot to learn. I'm guessing Pew knows it as well.
Focus, I guess.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, that's insane, man. Right, big up to that guy. Well done.
Yeah, bro, it's a lot of material, the AWS stuff. Yeah, shout out to the brother, man. Genius. That's phenotype intellect. shout out to Jay Barnes for the $2 super chat. Tina to the end, Captain Jay Barnes. Jay Barnes, where you been at, man? Lovely seeing you again, Jay Barnes. Been a minute, bro. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. Awesome. So let me bring in Mr. Chad. He's been very patient. How you doing, Chad?
Good, man. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm doing fantastic, brother. I'd lovely to hear from you, bro. What's your thoughts on this stream, Chad?
So I got a little story to tell you guys. I'm not sure if you guys watch El Guapo here on YouTube, but just to sum it up quick. So basically, he was raised by his grandfather because there were some issues with his parents or whatever, and so his grandfather was like a factory worker, and he worked 50 years so his wife can stay home and not work, where he was working doubles 6 days a week, working 12 to 16 hours, where he barely came home just to eat and sleep a little bit, to go out and come back home so his wife didn't have to work. 50 years, his grandmother broke up with his grandfather, divorced him because she wanted to be happy and live her life, and never took a vacation or anything. And then the last 5 years of his life, found out he had cancer, and he ended up dating another woman, and I believe she might have been Latina, and she started telling him he need to take vacation and take time for himself because he might not be around for too long. So the whole situation or the whole conversation was about men need to be more selfish because a lot of especially black men, because a lot of the people we care about or the people we're loyal to are either disloyal or disrespectful to us, and you need to start being more selfish with your time, with your money, with whatever, because life is about you pretty much. You only get one life, so you got to live it a certain way. So you want to make sure you're happy too. I mean, this is not the 1900s where you have to be race loyal and you have to be a factory worker, so on and so forth. I understand men have to work and create themselves, but at the same time, you still need to be you also need to be a little bit selfish with your time and who you give your resources to. Saying that to say, the whole passport bro situation, man. From what I'm hearing, a lot of older guys, they really hate the name. The guys that's been traveling for a while, they just pretty much want to be called black men that are traveling. But I don't really see where the hate is coming from. Is my take on it is I think women are just always in men's business. They love to see men unhappy. So especially here in the West, like they get enjoyment out of ruining men's lives for some reason. I don't really know what it is, man. So my whole take is just do what's best for you. Like you definitely want to travel to see the world. I don't think women should be your priority. I think you should see the world to gain experience and build yourself. And then once you figure out what your mission is in life, then the women can complement that. You don't want to necessarily go out and look for women because eventually, what if that doesn't work out or if that's not your thing or whatever, and or something bad happens between somebody you think is like your soulmate or somebody you're in love with. So you always want to pretty much find your purpose, and then the woman will come after your purpose will benefit her. And then on top of that, the whole like passport bro community, it's not just like a whole traveling situation. I believe it's a whole networking situation too, because from what I've seen, a lot of brothers are talking about real estate opportunities, restaurants, so on and so forth, and it's cheaper to do it in these countries. I just found out last week there's a brother in Bangkok that has a Jamaican restaurant, which
Wow.
I would never think of. There's some Nigerians in Tokyo that have a high end restaurant.
Oh yes, I've seen that one. Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
very good one. Yeah.
there's also a bunch of Africans in the club district I believe it might have been Tokyo or Okinawa, because they moved to Japan for better opportunities, but they weren't given jobs, so they worked the worst jobs as janitors and picking up trash and so on and so forth to save their money to open their own clubs. Um, uh, there's a brother that opened a restaurant in Rio called Karaoke, where he's serving Caribbean cuisines from a bunch of different countries. There's also another brother in Sao Paulo. There's a brother in Medellin. There's another brother in there's like two or three brothers that own restaurants in Dominican Republic. So it's not just like a whole um um uh situation focused on women. There are brothers actually doing things outside of the United States, and then on top of that, it's a lower risk opening a restaurant in a different country because things are very very cheaper, and so is rent. And then there's another brother that I did an interview with another YouTuber. He's former CIA or Secret Service, so he got tired of living in the West. He's over 50, so he's retired. End up moving to South Africa, retiring with his wife, and he has a travel company that brings Americans from America to show them different parts of Africa, especially well, he's more centralized in South Africa though. So there's a lot of brothers doing a lot of different things, man, that people aren't talking about. I think it's always so like women focused because women they like to gossip and they feel like they don't have nothing else to really talk about. But there are brothers like doing astronomical things that people aren't talking about. And then at the same time, men are the first ones to always take risks to do things because you don't hear about women doing anything overseas besides going on vacation all the time. You don't really hear them opening any businesses, so on and so forth. There's so many brothers doing miraculous things that nobody's talking about.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you, bro. You want to say something, Pooh?
Yeah, I knew a brother. He still has a business, and I think he sells. He has a Cajun restaurant in Okinawa. When I was living there, he just opened it up, and he got himself a Japanese wife who's like 15 years younger than him. Yeah, there's a lot of brothers just doing like just really amazing things that is never going to come to light. And I think the focus is going to definitely be on the women. The women, I think that's for number one. That's for views, and also that's what the press that they're going to focus on that. So I think a lot of guys sticking women out there like that, they're just more focused on getting more subscribers, getting more views on them. Although maybe in the long run that could hurt uh, in the end the guys who aren't about that. And I think that's why guys being labeled passport bros who are not, or who have never had that type of label on themselves. I think they know it has like a negative connotation to it when it's said passport bro. That was their whole idea. You hear passport bro in the U.S. and the West, now you think it's something negative. Maybe they're doing something wrong now. So I think they're not feeling the label, so they're trying to reject it. So they're gonna have a negative reaction like everybody else is.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think we need to just try to clean it up and try to separate some of the things that some of these people are doing overseas. It's like I was talking to one YouTuber, and we was like, you got to separate the passport bros from those that are the sex packs, and we need to start bringing out the things that we're doing, like the guys that are just there to travel, or the guys that are opening up business, and the guys that that truly want to find love, because there are guys that just do want to go find a wife, and that's not a problem. But again, when you have guys going overseas and doing things, to pay for play stuff, we got to separate those guys from this movement, and that's something that needs to be discussed. And it's like me, I just came back from Jordan. I'm just going over there just to film for my YouTube channel, just the sites and stuff like that. But I'm considered a passport bro. But what little kinky stuff I'm doing in Jordan, is nothing over there to do anything. It's a Muslim country, So we got to do some house cleaning in this movement to make it more prominent and make it more cleaner. But it's going to be hard to do that when you have people spreading stuff like the lady that was when they brought that Austin Holloman thing on the American TV, the lady that was there, she was saying all this stuff. She's an OnlyFans model. So it's like, what great reputation, you're going to put somebody reputable, don't get somebody from OnlyFans to speak up against, Austin and his little stuff. That didn't make any sense. And, it's this whole movement has just gone crazy in all different fashions and stuff. But we need to, bring those things out, that we are going over there making businesses and stuff, and expanding those opportunities and stuff, and globalization and things like that, because those things are very, very important.
So let me. I just want to make a couple more points. IP. So so there's a few things that are not being talked about also. So one is I actually did the math. I Google it. I went on to the census and a few other websites. So I don't know why the focus is so much on black men. I guess because black women, because you rarely hear any white women talking about this situation. So in terms of passport, you're looking at maybe about 800,000 black men that have passports in America. In terms of white men, you're looking at almost 25 million. So I don't see why the focus is on such a small minority. We're barely maybe 5% of men in the United States that are passport holders, which makes no sense. So the other issue is this is not being broadcast live, but there's an issue in the white community where even white men are leaving to go to other countries, especially Asia, to marry Asian women, and the white women are in deficit So the white women are going to other communities, such as the black community, to get men. And this is very big that nobody's talking about. So the white women they're taught pretty much that they need a man, so they're very resilient. So if their own men aren't marrying them, they realize they need a man. They're going to go to another community to get the man because they're not going to die alone. This is the first time in history that a mass of women are going to be dying alone. Usually in history, some women have always died alone because men have gone to war, or if not, all men have died off early because either they age got married, or men have died from natural causes, or died from building the world, so on and so forth. But this is the first time such a large mass of women, especially in the West, are going to be dying alone, which makes no sense. And then they're using their children as a crutch. That's why they turn their sons into son husbands, or they turn their daughters into daughter sisters, because when they hit 45 plus, they realize they need a man, and then by that time they're not really wanted. Another point is BWs do not know what a man is really for. They think it's really just to pay bills, so on and so forth. That's why white women are so easily come to any go to any community and just pick the men off, because they know what men are for. They're not just there to pay bills. They know that men are there for structure. And then when a man is in a household, the women's spending go down because they start spending money on nonsense. And then on top of that, the kids turn out to be a little bit more intelligent, and they stay in school, and they're more likely to go to graduate high school and get a college degree.
Yeah, wow. Just to kind of piggyback off of what you just said, yeah, those numbers of black men having passports, but we also have to add in this: how many of us are going to actually do this? Because traveling is expensive.
And then also the worst part is half of those 800,000 are of the LGBT community, of those guys going on girl trips with those pack of sisters. So you're looking at maybe 400,000 straight men that have passports.
Well, this brings up another point that I'm bringing so many receipts on my channel that it's not even funny, that they're not talking about. They're not talking about Keisha and Casper Karen going overseas doing God knows what with God knows who. That's one thing they're not talking about. You don't see a woman from this country going overseas actually building or establishing anything overseas, as opposed to men from Western countries actually building and establishing things overseas. Okay, we can, oh my God, we can expose them. So, man, I got so many receipts from Dubai, from Jamaica, from Gambia. I have so many receipts on my phone. They come to me every day on Telegram. I think there's a bigger agenda. There's a bigger agenda at play because this is not being talked about enough. You know, it's only the guys that are being talked about, but this other thing is not being talked about.
I just got some videos today of women on these tourism things, and it is shocking. And if this was ever floating around TikTok, oh my God, it is bad. Literally, it is bad. Obsidian had put it on his put a clean version of it on his channel yesterday. It is bad, or what these women are doing in Jamaica.
So they're not going to Jamaica to find a husband or a boyfriend. They're going there to be.
No.
This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Hypocrites. He was asked to put a plastic bag on it.
Oh my goodness! Actually, you know what? I mean, it's okay. Let's go ham because we've already gone too far. A plastic bag.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. On the wiener.
Yeah.
What?
That's not just in Jamaica either. That's in Bahamas, DR. It's all Mexico.
And then she's coming back to the US with getting smashed by a dirty plastic bag and popping that box for an average brother who has no idea she's been around the block. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is exactly why. This is why I don't smash random chicks like that. You don't know what they've been doing. This is what I'm talking about, brothers.
These are some Resident Evil biohazards, man. Oof.
So
they got green stuff coming out their box at this point in time.
Gosh.
Biohazards.
IP, you want to know the crazy part is, all these women are so like discouraging, talking about like black men traveling or whatever. You want to know the funny part is, all these women are going to these countries following behind the men. When the last couple times I've been to Colombia or I've been to DR, the airport are packed with BWs, going right behind the men, following them. And then another crazy part is, I was in Colombia in Cartagena. These women got no attention. They get treated like men in the United States because they really have no value, because women are resource extractors and are men. I mean, you're not going to go to another man's country and try and expect resources from him. That doesn't make any sense. So especially when I was in the nightclubs or at the beach or whatever, these women got no attention. It like nobody even realized they were there.
Facts, because again, when you compare, I'm in Panama, right? When I compare what I see in Panama, even the average black chick, right? And when I see her and compare her to English black woman, no foreign guy is going after the English black girl. It's no comparison. They talk about these countries being poor and blah blah blah, but the women there look better than you chicks who have all this money in the West. So what's going on there? What is going on?
The West black woman is nearly about, on average, twice the size, I would say, of most of these international women overseas. I mean, 2 and 3 times.
Listen, I talk to women from overseas, and that I all ask them, like, what do you think of like Western women? And they all respond in the same negative way. Like some of them go as far as to say we would rather not have them in our country. So I mean, everybody's getting hit now. They have social media too. They're seeing what they're doing. They're seeing how they're ending up, and some unfortunately bought into the sauce, but a majority didn't buy into the sauce. So they know what time it is.
Hold on. Shout out to Mr. I am DPP, Discipline, Prioritize, and Purpose. Thank you, bro, for the $50 super chat. Much appreciation, bro, for the hefty donation. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much, Mr. DPP. Thank you, bro. Much love to you. Bros, keep up the good work. Yes, indeed. You too, bro. I have been working and going overseas since 2003. The Iraq War happened, I remember that very clearly. I work as a marine engineer and former military. The BW are scared because the movement means they will not have a fallback plan. Going overseas raise my standards. Amazing, bro. Mr. DPP would love to speak to you one-on-one about your affairs abroad, and maybe you can come on the channel and share your experience. Thank you, bro. Much appreciation for that, DPP. Thank you, bro, for the support. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Facts, man. BWs, they're done for. Buck Travels, you're confirmed. Buck Travels, you should have. When are you going to DM me about Peru? or maybe I'll go there. Maybe I'll go there myself next week. I'm joking. I'm going off PTO. I just get back to work. Let me bring in Mr. Buck Travels real quick. What's going on, Buck?
Yeah. So international passport. Salute to the panel and you. I just want to say Peru is a unique place, and they do love us out there because like not a lot of us go out there, and when I walked in the gym, I was getting looks, and a lot of the girls was kind of flirting. They were going my way, like they were coming near the bench my way, like just flirting in general. But it's like, it's the amount of attention I was getting was just crazy out there. And it's like, you're going to get love out there as long as you carry yourself in a certain manner, like you are going to get love out there. And I enjoy my trip. I can see myself going back over there. Food is phenomenal. The people are just friendly. Everything is just cheap. The cost of living, everything is just cheap. But granted, my experience, I'm talking about from my experience and what I experienced. Granted, every guy's experience might be different. I know, QB Passport Flex, and he went over there recently, and he also said the same thing. So it's a nice place. But however, I will say I will be going to Japan this year. Because I have a fetish for Japanese women. I'm not really into Asian women like that, but I feel like Japanese women are kind of like they're kind of the exception. They're the best looking Asian women out of all of them. So I'm planning to hit a lot of cities in Japan, not just Tokyo, but there's an island south of Japan. It's actually a tropical island. I forgot the name is called, but I'm going there also. But yeah, man, brothers need to travel abroad. Broaden the horizon. Get a tech job, get a IT job, data analysis, AI, and all that. Just invest in the future, and it'll pay it off, man.
Yes, indeed. Awesome. Hey, so Buck Travels, DM me, bro. I've been waiting on your DM for a minute now on Instagram, bro. Okay.
Yeah. And I'll send you the receipts also with the Instagram, also the receipts and all that. The chick I was chilling with, and they also, I forgot to mention, they have Afro Peruvians out there. So yeah, I was even surprised. Like they do have Afro Peruvians, and they got that features, that Brazilian features to them. The Brazilian look, they got it. The yellow bone look, they got it. So I will DM you and show you the receipts and all that.
DM
stay
me
tuned
right
for
now.
that.
DM me right now, bro, so you won't forget. Right now, brother. Right now, okay? So you don't forget. Okay. Thank you, bro. Awesome. Right now, Buck Travels, I'm expecting your DM literally this minute. Okay, appreciate you, bro. Maybe I go to Peru, but I don't think I have enough PTO left. I need to get back to work. So I also, Peru has a lot of turmoil there as well. So it may be some time since I touched down on that, but it's definitely on the list. So brothers on the chat, where should I go to next? So I believe in Panama soon. What country should I go to next? Brothers in the chat, let me know. Should I head down to Africa? South America? Europe again? Asia? Let me know so I can plan my trip in advance. Awesome. Maybe Russia. I'm kidding. All right, so
I would go if I were you. Listen, man. I'm gonna just say one thing. Can't listen to what the West says about these places. Like even Venezuela. Like they talk about, this is such a bad state and stuff like that. But when you actually get to the place, it's very, very different. Okay. It's not even what they say it is on the news. You know what I mean? So like if I were you, man, I would take that trip. But you will have to learn Russian though. At least conversational Russian. If you did.
I'll bring Theo with me who speaks Russian and he can translate for
Yeah,
me. You hear that, Theo? You're gonna be my translator, bro.
I speak Russian too.
Oh, maybe I'll bring you instead as well.
You have to know it to, like, if you're going to like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, stuff like that, you got to know Russian. That's the lingua franca of that area.
And these are some wifeful women, man. There's a lot of wives all around the world. So, Buck Travel, when you go to Japan, please treat our Japanese queens with delicacy. Wife them up, make them your girlfriend. Let's make sure we're wifing up these chicks, man. Because if we're doing what we do in the West, as Pukin were raised, there'll be no more wives left, and it'll be a very depressing wasteland. Okay, let's make sure we wife up abroad. Okay, brother?
Exactly. We don't want the next Sasua. Like how Sasua, Sasua used to be like, according to the old heads, they used to say Sasua back in the 90s and early 2000s was heaven and earth, but then the wrong crowd started going there. And they just fucked up everything. The women start behaving differently, So yeah, I definitely agree with you. We gotta conduct ourselves in a certain manner, and we gotta do it. It's not just for yourself. It's like for the next man, because when you act a certain way, and the next man comes, now they're all gonna judge us all the same. So you gotta we gotta be on code as a black man. We gotta be on code, like, you know, respecting the culture and all that. Yeah, other groups might do something weird shit, but we can't compare other groups to ourselves. You know, as black men, we gotta focus on being us. You know, focus on getting that swag out. You know, and being on code, respecting the culture. You know, treating these females nice. Don't bring that American mentality, and don't bring that or Western mentality, and don't bring thinking that you're better than everybody else. Just
Hold on,
when you
bro.
travel abroad, come with an open mind. You know, treat the people fair and all that. What I'm about to say about Japan is, like, I've been getting a lot of love in Tinder. A lot of love in Tinder. Yeah, I had my Tinder set up for the last couple of weeks in Japan, and I've been getting a lot of love out there. So that's one of the reasons why.
Is that in Tokyo? You're Tindering?
I tried everywhere in Japan. Osaka, and I tried that island of south of Japan, like 1,000 miles south of Japan. Okinawa, yeah. So I tried that island. I tried everywhere, and I'm getting love. So it's like, and that's why I want to go out there, man. You know, and they just look aesthetic to me, man. So I just, yeah. And what I've been hearing is, like, a lot of their men, they don't even approach. You know, they're women. I heard a lot of the men, I think they come off as shy, so they don't approach. So when I go there, I'm approaching, like, I'm shooting my shots. You know, so like I'm shooting so much shots, it's gonna be so crazy. So get so much numbers. But I'm working on getting my Japanese right. You know, just working. Fixing that part.
When you're out there, be respectful. If you find a good chick, hold her down, bro. She may be your future girlfriend or wife. Let's make sure we go out there and present ourselves in a good manner. Because I'm going to drop a video, right? I'm going to put you on mute there. I interviewed a Japanese couple. I dropped a small clip last week, right? But we spoke more. And she was saying that word goes around very quick when it comes to Westerners. So if you're a black dude and you're doing something wrong, you're playing around with the woman, word will go around quick and you don't know it's you. So please be on your P's and Q's. Please be respectful. Don't be a Pookie. Don't be a Tyrone. Don't be a Ray Ray. Treat them with respect. You do not want word going around that black men are coming to their countries and just being clowns up there. Please, we want the best and brightest black men in Japan. And on that note, right, Cecilia is in DR, if I'm not mistaken, and it makes sense that DR is a shithole right now, because in terms of dating, because I met a DR chick in Panama last week, and she reminded me of an American girl.
Hell!
She had a nose ring on, and I approached her.
A septum ring, godly.
And I remember I approached her. I was like, "Hey, where you from?" She's like, "I'm from DR." I'm like, "Cool. What are you doing there? What are you doing here in Panama?" She's like, "Why do you want to know?" I'm like, "Oh, excuse me."
Keisha.
I'm like, "Whoa!" That attitude reminded me of a black girl in the UK. How are you going to be rude to me like that? She's like, "Why do you want to know? What's it to you?" I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I was like,
"Combative."
Yeah. Combative, man. They are done fun. I have on video as well. I may drop it under my international passport clips channel. I'm just going to drop like the bloopers, the clips from this channel, and my travel stuff on the clips channel as well. That I won't drop on here. I was like, yo, this is like a Western black chick that's speaking to me right now. The way she dressed, the nose ring, being standoffish towards me, and I thought me being an English black guy, I would get some leeway with her. She's like, nah, man. She was just like, bye. I need to go now. Bye. It's like, wow.
Yeah, DR is totally corrupted. It's totally corrupted. It's close proximity to the U.S. It's made it possible for a lot of, you know, the type of guys that we don't want traveling, but still share our skin complexion. It's made it possible for guys like that to just go over there and just completely, you know, ruin it.
I just want to interject on DR. So when I went to DR a couple of years ago, right, and I landed in the Santo Domingo airport, right? And we was waiting in the customs line, right? It was a huge line, and there was these cats from Boston. There was like 8 of them, deep brothers. It probably was Pookies, but they were loud. They were loud. They were cracking up, cracking jokes and other, but they were loud. Everybody was hearing them, and I'm like, oh man, this is embarrassing, man. I talk, and it goes back to what you said. The other guy in the panel said, they share the same skin color as us, and they gave us bad names. So, so it's sometimes we also gotta do our best to kind of separate ourselves from those type of guys. Like where they prefer to go, avoid going where they go. I can't see myself going back to DR or Sosua anymore. It's just like right now, the DR chicks, they're all about money. Even if you meet a regular, normal girl, it's all about money. And plus, what Cardi B kind of messed up the whole culture. And a lot of DR chicks be listening to her, So yep. and DR is close to America, so it's like, and they mimic the Dominican Americans in New York City and other parts of the United States. So when they see them, they act the same way. So
it's like less than a 2-hour flight from like a lot of the major southern airports like Houston, Miami. Like it's
so these passport pookies just like infiltrated so much, you know what I mean? Like
it wasn't like that a couple decades ago, but it is that way now.
Yeah, I can see it. I can actually see it actually.
All right, so awesome. Let me read the super chats real quick. Liban says, drop that Korean interview, dude. Yep, I'm gonna drop it tomorrow or the coming days. Very eye-opening interview. My first day I was in Panama, I met this dude. My first day I landed there, I met this dude. I was doing some content creation, and then we chopped it up, man. It was a great interview. All right. Oh, wow. Look at this, man. Shout out to Mr. End of Existence for the $100 super chat. End of Existence, man. Thank you very much for the support, man. That means a lot to me, bro. Thank you so much for the support. Almost 10 years on this channel doing this Passport Bros content or travel content. So this support means a lot to me. Thank you very much. End of Existence means a lot to me. Much love to you. Hey, guys, I am going to Tokyo in 2 months. Thank you for all the information you have given us about Japanese women. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I'm much more confident about going and will leave a good image for Black men behind me. Also, finally was able to catch a live to donate. Thank you, bro, for the support, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much, man. I mean, the content about Japanese women here is the best on YouTube for Black men, bar none. There's no way you can fail with Japanese women if you watch the live streams, the Patreon content. I even got the guy who actually wrote that book, Black Passenger Yellow Cabs, on this channel. Classic interview. So yeah, please, please take heed to the words on this channel. End of Existence, once again, much love to you for the support. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much, bro. Shout out to Mr. D. Gramasi Riff. That's the 4th time he's donated tonight. Appreciate you, bro, for the support, for the $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. The brother that went to Kazakhstan, have your friend heard anything about Yakuta? I was thinking about going for the summer festival. Base Follow, do you want to speak on that a bit, bro? What's he talking about?
Yeah, so what he's talking about basically is, I guess it's like one of those, it's like a festival, because the thing is about like Kazakh people is that while they're not like, while some of them probably do have that lineage to Genghis Khan, they're like a kind of nomadic people, you know what I mean? And so they have these like festivals like with horses and falconry and things like that. So that is something that they do partake in over there. You know what I mean? I don't want people to blow up Kazakhstan, though. That's the thing. I don't want people to blow it up. I don't want people to know about it, man. Sometimes I wish I didn't mention it. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Like,
hey, man, that's how I feel about Peru, man.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. I don't want, like,
it's like I don't want it to be the next Sasua. Sometimes like you be like you try to help the brothers, but then it comes back to bite you in the end. You're like, oh man,
bro.
You know,
So-
it's like
Here's
let's say you tell 100 people this,
Yeah.
and let's say just it could be 3% of that, 3 people going there, and it can just mess up for the rest of all of us.
Yeah,
You
and
know, so that's why that's why we got to preach this code thing. Like we got to be on code.
Exactly.
so
And
here's why I do, right?
international passport, I believe you should have a big show just strictly on staying on code. Like how we should navigate around, how we should conduct ourselves, you know, just the code as black men traveling abroad, because it can be really helpful to a lot of guys. It can be because a lot of guys don't know these tips, and they want to be aware of these tips, so it can help a lot of guys, you know. So like you got to think about some of these guys, like the way they're behaving, most of them probably somebody didn't tell them about it.
Yeah,
so if you can have a big show on it, that would be very, very helpful, man.
Okay, I'll do that, bro. But also, I know maybe that's why you haven't DM'd me yet, Buck Travels. But if we do that Peru stream, I will put down the Patreon. So we'll do it once on the channel, and then I'll put on the Patreon to make sure that we don't blow up the spot for Peru. Because brother, I personally need that Peru intel, bro. I need that Peru intel as soon as possible. So
we got to do it on the Patreon strictly. We can't do it on the YouTube.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine, bro.
And I'll show you the receipts.
Yeah, I've been doing stuff like that on my TikTok channel, you know, because a lot of these guys just don't understand that, you know, because I lived overseas in Israel for 3 years and stuff, and you can't just go overseas and start acting like you're in America. I tell people, leave that American stuff alone, especially these people listening to these dating coaches on YouTube and stuff. That game stuff, you can get arrested, you know, playing that game, because sexual harassment is arrestable in certain countries. That's why I tell these guys, you know, chill out, relax, and just be a normal dude, you know. But some of these guys, they'll go over there and they act stupid and mess it up. And next thing you know, we got a bad image. So, yeah, we need to have something like that, you know, so we can, you know, keep these guys on code. But I don't know if that's going to work.
So Buck Travels, okay, let's do it. For the Patreon only. It won't even be on the channel. So if you can DM me today, Buck Travels, don't forget, please. Let's set up that Peru stream. That will only be for the Patreon, so it won't blow up the spot for Peru. Can we agree on that, please, bro?
Yeah. I'll DM you after the show.
All right, thank you, bro. Respect, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't want people like. To be honest, just real quick, I don't want people blowing up Central Asia, period, because like that place right there, like for me, it's like hands off. It's like hands off. I already got this. It's like I already got this, bro. Hands off.
Unfortunately, it's pretty far away. A lot of Pookies aren't willing to endure like
yeah. No
flight.
Yeah,
and they can't even. They're not willing to learn Russian. Hell, they can speak and write English, right?
Because, like, for example, in Russian script, in Cyrillic script, you know, the letter that is known as N is not N in Cyrillic. You know, the letter that is H is not even H. You know, so that's why I'm trying to keep it like low key. You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree with that. I think so this year I agree. I'm going to do things a bit differently. I think the vital intel that I feel like, you know, should be for certain brothers, just say when it won't be out there publicly. Professional brothers, blue collar working black men, white collar working black men. It's got to be somewhere, most likely on the Patreon or another thing I'll do. You're right, because I personally don't want it blown up as well, because I know people are watching the channel, people are watching the movement. Pookies, Rays, Tyrons, normal brothers, and we don't want the wrong brothers traveling and blowing up our spots. I definitely agree with that, man. And that was a good feedback from you brothers towards me. I definitely will do things differently. So I'll definitely take it on board as well. Thank you very much. Shout out to Mr. Byron for the $10 super chat. Byron, thank you for the support. Much love to you. It means a lot to me. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Almighty Ree for the $5 super chat. As a language learner, Spanish and Portuguese, I want to know how you learned Russian. That's a question for you, Base Fuller.
Well, the story is long, but like since my dad he fought for independence for our country. And so what happened is like during the Soviet Union days, they were training Africans, and so Africans went over for technical training. So like my dad and my uncle, they were fluent Russian speakers, and they like just encouraged me to learn. So I just like soaked it up and learned it, and just like have like different workbooks, and then also just talking it with different people helped me learn it as well. You know, so that's how.
Okay.
Yep.
Fantastic. Awesome, man. Awesome. This has been a great stream. We got over 140 people watching. I can go on for another half an hour, another 25 minutes. I'll wrap it up there. But let's get some new callers in. If no one calls in, and let's get some more support. Any PayPal donation, super chats, that'll be greatly appreciated, and I can go on for longer. If not, in the next 5 minutes, I'll end the stream, and we'll all have a great weekend ahead. And you look forward to the Panama content, okay? So, great stream, brothers. Keep your head up, work hard, get into IT, reach out to me on the Patreon if you're serious about IT, if you're serious about, anything about travel, do so. And yes, so thank you to all those who called in, greatly appreciated. It's been a long stream. Fantastic stream at that. Appreciate all you brothers. Thank you to all those who support the channel. It has been greatly appreciated. Please work hard, travel, get the passport application, do everything you can, because I want to see more brothers in Panama. I want to see more brothers traveling. I want to see more brothers doing great things. My experience in Panama so far, I'm gonna be crying when I land off the plane back in the UK. I am literally going to be crying. It's going to be such a downgrade for me in terms of culture, in terms of life, in terms of quality of life, in terms of happiness. I'm going to be in tears, literally. I'm going to be very upset. I'm not going to cry, obviously, but I'm just going to be very upset because you are getting finessed. You are getting finessed in the West. I'm telling you, happiness is every day. You're becoming more unhappy in the West. You're becoming more frustrated. All that goes away when you're in a different country. All that goes away when you are working IT, right? When you're remote working, when you're outside and the sun's hitting towards you, and you're like, yeah, this is the life. And then you watch all the beautiful women walking past you, the Latinas, the black woman, the white woman, the mixed race woman. Then you meet other brothers as well. I've met a couple Black American brothers. I've met a Canadian brother, all living great lives in Panama. That can be you. I want that to be you. I need that to be you. You must do it. You must work hard. You must work smart. You must get that passport, and you must renew your passport too. This is it. This is the life I want for every Black man that watches my channel. Start making moves. 2023 has to be the year you start traveling. Has to be the year you find your happiness. Has to be the year you find your girlfriend that's foreign or your wife. Okay? You have to do it, brothers. There's only so much I can do. There's only so much I can tell you brothers to do. But ultimately, you control yourselves. It's your own brains. So stop messing around. Stop watching Netflix. Open up your laptop. Make that passport application to the Department of Homeland Security. If you're American, I don't know. Is it the Department of Homeland Security you make your application to? I don't know. I'm going off by what I see. I'm going off by what I see in the what's it called? In Homeland, that TV show that came out a couple years ago. So apologies for my ignorance, but you get what I'm saying, brothers, man. I want the life for you, brothers. Each and every single one of you, I want the life for you, brothers. So go to the Department of Homeland Security. Hey, you said it's no LOL. I apologize. Sorry for my ignorance. I apologize, brothers. But I'm just saying, wherever you made the application to, do it. Because I need you black men out there. I need you black men here. There's a lot of wives here in Panama. There's wives in Japan. There's wives in Kazakhstan. There's wives in Peru. And I want this for you black men. I want it for you educated black men. Blue collar working black men. White collar working black men. You know? Everything that I think about that's horrible in the West, in Panama, I don't even flinch about it. It's gone. It's erased. It's no longer in my mind anymore. You know? Shout out to Mr. DeGracy Riff for his 5th super chat tonight. For the $100 super chat. I'm a salute to you, bro, because this is the 5th time you supported me tonight. And the last one, or I don't know how much you're going to support more further, but the biggest one yet. I appreciate you, bro, for the $100 super chat. Much love to you, brother, man. That's respect right there. That's love right there, man. Thank you very much for validating my hard work. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you for supporting me throughout tonight. Thank you so much, brother. Much love to you. Appreciate the info, brother. Definitely not a pookie. Just trying to explore more interesting places in the world. Salute to all the brothers. Salute to you too, bro. Salute to you too. Salute to you too, man. I'm gonna do some more exploring tomorrow in Panama. Today actually is Sunday, you know, and yeah, and get more content for you brothers and show you the world, not just a woman. Show you buildings, show you people, show you the food, show you leisure time here, show you the hotel room that I'm staying at, and it's super cheap. So the Gramacy Riff, thank you, brother, for the support, man. I appreciate you, brother. Much love to you. Thank you, man. Shout out to Mr. Chavoyance Crypto for the $1.99 super chat. Much love to you as well, brother. Appreciate you, brother, for the support. Finesse in the West, indeed. Yes, absolute finesse. Absolute finesse. You're wondering why you going TGI Fridays, right? With a low value chick, with a BBL, with fake weave, with long eyelashes, and you're spending $150 on a meal for you and her. When in Panama, I spent $5 on a big plate of rice, plantain, chicken, and coleslaw for a chick. She may not be my girlfriend, but the vibes are strong between us. That's cool with me. She's respectful, feminine, cooperative, nice to speak to, and she offered to pay for herself. And I'm like, no, I appreciate you what you've done for me so far in Panama. Let me buy you lunch. I'm okay with that. It didn't cost me going to Red Lobster. It didn't cost me going to Cheesecake Factory. And then you spend all that money on a chick and you get no box. You get no kiss, no box, not even a hug. Just her holding her purse and saying thanks and telling her friends, oh, he paid for me for that, blah, blah, blah. Fuck off with that shit, man. Fuck off with that shit. I am sick of the games. You know, when you make that first trip abroad, you will never see Western women the way you saw them ever again. You are going to want to avoid them in every single facet of your life. I'm telling you, brothers. It's I feel like a king out here. And I want that for you brothers too. You know? I want that for you brothers too. So let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's thrive. Let's push on forward. Let's stay focused. Let's cut the BS out. And let's just move on forward, man. This is our time. This is our movement. This is our identity. This is our, our culture now. And this is our purpose. A lot of brothers I see are purposeless. They're scattered all over the place. They have different thoughts in different directions. They think left, they think right, they think forward, they think backwards. Brother, think forward. Think on a single line of thoughts. Be a passport, bro. Because the concept is very simple. You travel to find the woman of your dreams, and you move out there abroad, and you see how life and a peace of mind truly is abroad. That's your purpose now, brothers. That's your purpose. So if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling, like no one loves you, I get that. I've been there before, brothers. I'm not ashamed to admit that there was one point in my life where I thought I was uglier than Shrek. There was one point in my life where I thought I was uglier than Shrek. How many black men do you know can admit that kind of thought process? I will look myself in the mirror for hours. Why am I struggling with women in my own country? I'm educated. I speak well. I'm a clean-cut brother. I dress well. I don't smell. I'm not short. So what am I doing wrong? You know? Am I uglier than Shrek? But all that thought process broke completely when I went abroad. When I saw how women were treating me. And I never looked back ever again. And I thought to myself, other black men need to know that traveling is a lifesaver. I told myself, somehow I need to get the message out. And the best way was YouTube. Because it was, first of all, it was through word of mouth. I would tell other black men around me, hey, I had a great time in Germany. I had a great time here. I had a great time there. But that wasn't enough. Some would laugh at me. Some wouldn't believe me. Some would call me a lame. They're like, IP, why are you traveling for women, bro? Keisha's right down the block. Becky, Sharkeisha, Keisha, Rosanna, all that crap. She's right down the block. So why are you traveling for women? They didn't get it. They didn't understand that. But you brothers understand that, right? Press a 1 in the chat if my words are piercing through to you. If it's piercing through your skin, your skull, and to your brain. You understand just how powerful this movement is. You understand that this is literally a lifesaver. It is saving lives. It has stopped brothers I know from deleting themselves. How many movements do you know out there in 2023 that have stopped brothers from deleting themselves? The Passport Bro movement has. The International Passport Bros movement has. How many? Not too many, brothers. But they'll say Passport Bros are traveling for bucks, we're being sex past and all that crap. Anything that's positive towards black men, they seek to disparage it and they seek to make it look bad. Because they don't want Western black men to be happy. You know? Do you know how much stress we go through in America and in the UK? We got dudes that are 32 losing their hair. How can you be 32 losing your hair? Brothers I know that are losing their hair at 32, 34. What the hell's going on? It's a stress. Then you add on to the point that the women in our communities hate us. Does the white woman hate the white man? I don't think so. Yeah, there's problems there, but overall, I feel like she will stand side by side of the white man. The Asian woman, she will stand side by side of the Asian man. The Indian woman, Latino woman, they'll do that as well. Latina woman, sorry. But our own women, the BWs, they're not for us, man. And that adds to the stress. That adds to the pressure. Nah. These women will not take us to an early grave. I don't give a damn what anyone says. These women in the West, in our community, they will not take us to an early grave. We must grow old. We must have our children. We must have our grandchildren. We must have our beautiful foreign wives and girlfriends. These crazy ass women will not take us to an early grave. I repeat, you women in the West, you will not take us to an early grave. You made me feel like crap. You made me stare myself in the mirror for hours every day, wondering, am I uglier than Shrek? Am I nothing? Did all those years of me studying in university and college mean nothing? Me getting top grades? Me putting in the work in the library? Me seeing Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray take all the bitches? Nah, it didn't mean anything. Because right now, I am reaping the benefits when I go abroad. When I tell them, yeah, I do this, I studied here. Wow, you're so smart, IP. I love smart men. That's what these foreign chicks tell me. They love smart men. Do you see the difference? The Western chick loves the thugs, the killers, the prison owners, the gangbangers, all that crap. But when I travel, they love smart brothers. Get your passport, man, brothers. Shout out to Mr. Matt Battle for the $99 super chat. I appreciate you both for the support. Much love to you, brother. When you made that $5 comparison, just wow. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, it's cheap out here, man. I mean, like, I would rather spend $5 on a chick that loves me than $150 on a chick that doesn't even care about you. Stop getting finessed. Shout out to Mr. Matt Battle for the $4.99 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. $5 and top level chicks versus $100+ with low quality chicks. Get your passport. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. It's too easy. You got no choice, brothers. Put in the work. Stay focused. Now you have a purpose. There's no way in 2023 that you are a vagabond. You have a purpose now. This is your purpose. This channel right here will take you to the promised land. I truly believe that. Shout out to Mr. End of Existence for the $20 super chat. I appreciate you, bro. I've traveled to 17 countries, and the further away you get from America and Western Europe, the better the relationships. Much love to you, bro. You're speaking facts there, bro. And reach out to me on IG, bro. Let's connect about what countries you've been to, and let's have a conversation, bro. I appreciate you, end of existence. Reach out to me on IG, bro. Send me a DM, brother. Look at that. Brothers, it feels so enlightening that I can just walk up to any woman in Panama, hola, inglés, yes or no, and we start speaking. You've seen the video of me approaching woman in the mall in Panama. It was that easy. Don't suffer in the West. Don't do it. Don't do it. RIP to all the brothers who deleted themselves. RIP to you, brothers, man. I wish you were here. I wish you were here, brothers. RIP to you, brothers. RIP. Man. RIP to you, brothers. It's a crazy life for black men. You know? It's crazy for brothers out here in the West. RIP to you, brothers. Damn. Damn. I wish somehow you could come back to life and see that, you know, whatever problems you were going through in regards to woman, divorce, only temporary. I wish you were here in Panama. Man, RIP to you, brothers, man. Damn. Damn. RIP to the fallen soldiers, man. RIP to you, brothers. Shout out to Shavoyan Crypto for the $499 super chat. Appreciate you, bro, for the support, man. Appreciate you. I don't even super chat, but bro, you're preaching the gospel. Much love to you, brother. Thank you. Western chicks love pookies. The passport is God's blessings to Western males. Yes, indeed, man. Facts, bro. Facts. So you see why I harp on, don't be a pookie worldwide. Don't travel with the mentality that you have been brainwashed to be in the West. Because since birth to being a toddler, to being a high schooler, to being a college person, to even working on our jobs, we're taught to be as a particular type of black man, a thug, a gangbanger. You gotta dress a certain way, look a certain way, speak a certain way, act a certain way. So time evolves, years pass, and that becomes part of your identity. I mean, the brothers, there was times when I was pretending to be a thug, and it wasn't me. But me being a thug in high school got me my girlfriends. Can you believe that? Even though I was top 10 in the classroom for grades, studying hard, I was still pretending to be a thug. It was the only way that people respected me. My peers respected me. The only way I got my girlfriends. Then I woke up one day, I was like, this is not me. This is not me. I ain't no thug. I ain't no thug. I ain't no Pookie. I ain't no Tyrone. And I ain't no Ray Ray. You know? I have lived a crazy life, brothers, man. I really have. I've lived a life, trying to live the life that people in power, the culture, want black men to live. The thug, the gangbanger, a roadman, being rude to my teachers, having an attitude. But I knew that wasn't me. Back then, I loved playing Beyblade. I loved playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I love watching anime and reading manga. I was a nerd. But being a nerd didn't get me no bitches. Being a nerd ain't get me no bitches, man. That ain't right, brothers. What does that tell you? Being a law-abiding citizen nerd doesn't get you the woman in the West. It just tells you that something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something is broken in our communities and countries. Thank you. Thank you, brothers, man. Rest in peace to fallen soldiers. Rest in peace to the OG passport bros, those who traveled before us, man, who have gone too soon, man. I wish you were here, brothers. I wish you were here. We're gonna be all right, man. Shout out to Mr. Lin for the £10 PayPal donation. Thank you, Lin, for the support. Much love to you, bro. It means a lot to me, man. It means a lot to me. So I'm gonna wrap it up in 5-10 minutes. I want to say, brothers, it's been a crazy live stream, man. It's been a wild one. You know, and I feel like you know, with this passport bros movement, the black nerds, the brothers who are squares, who were called nerds, teachers' pets, you know, now we're having some light on us. It may not be positive all the way forward, but now people see that a different type of black men exists. There's this passport bro going around with his Thai girlfriend. The way he speaks, the way he acts, you can clearly see and hear that he's a nerd. Without this passport bros movement, would we even know that a brother like that exists? And it's about time that black woman, white woman, Latina woman, Asian woman see that different types of black men exist. Nerdy black men. We're not all the same. Some of us watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Some of us play Beyblade. Some of us, you know, read manga, watch anime, play football, aka soccer. Some of us just want to chill out. Some of us don't even listen to rap. Some of us like rock music, like electronic music. And that's okay. That's okay. The Passport Bros movement has given that kind of shine and that kind of, you know, love towards brothers who are different, who ain't no thug, who ain't no Pookie, who ain't no Ray Ray, who are just normal brothers that pay their taxes. That's who the Passport Bros movement have given shine to. So how can we be the number one enemy of the public? We're just normal black men that want to make a living like anyone else, that want to live good and prosperous like anyone else. So please respect black men. Respect our black American brothers. They go through a lot in America. I go through tough things in the UK as a British black man, but I know that it can never be as bad and, you know, worse as our black American brothers. So please respect our black American brothers. If you're watching my channel and you're not American and you're not black, respect our black American brothers. Respect our black British brothers. Respect our black Canadian brothers. Respect our black Australian brothers too. Please. Respect us, man. We deserve that respect. We deserve that respect. We earned it. We've had slavery, Jim Crow, institutional racism, our own woman against us, and we're still standing being passport bros. We demand respect. So if we're the number one enemy of the public, I don't give a damn. But we need our respect. We demand our respect, or there's gonna be a problem. Because you're dealing with a different type of black dudes. You ain't dealing with no ignorant, pookie, Ray Tyrones. You're dealing with the smartest black dudes in the black community. We have Theo on our side. We have Thomas, Matt Battle, Pooh, Johnny, and many other smart brothers. You ain't dealing with no scrubs up in here. We think different and we move different. So if you think we're some sort of rap gangbangers who are ignorant, you're wrong. We are educated, white collar working and blue collar working black men, and we think. The time is now, brothers, man. The time is now. Let's do it. So thank you, brothers, for a great live stream, man. Thank you to all those who supported tonight, who came out tonight, hit the super chats, hit the PayPal, who liked the video, who showed a lot of love. Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Okay. So I'm going to end it in 2 minutes. Where's everyone listening in from? Where are you all listening in from? What city and what country are you all listening in from? Let's see how truly global the Passport Bros movement. We got people from America, England, Australia, Africa. Where you all listening in from, man? Let me know in the live stream chat. City and country, please, brothers. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go, brothers. Iraq. Are you being serious right now, brother? We got brothers in Iraq. Hey, shout out to End of Resistance, man. Let's touch base on Instagram, bro. He's in Iraq right now. That's wonderful, man. Awesome, bro. So Iraq, we got London, UK. We got Portland, Oregon for Bean. We have Perth, Australia. Look at that, Perth, Australia. Imperial Tech, man. Reach out to me, bro, on IG. Let's get some Australian voices on the channel, man. Because I know that our brothers in Australia, they're going through some crazy times. Now, even though they love brothers out there, but still, you're still part of us, brothers. So please reach out to me on IG as well, bro. Okay. Awesome. Who else is in the building? We got Hampshire, UK in the building. Awesome, Corvius Glaive. Hampshire, UK. Wow. Portland, Oregon. Amazing. We got Seattle, Washington. We got Norman, Oklahoma. Amazing. We got we have Johnny out there, Johnny Walker out there in Portland, Oregon. Fantastic. Add to VPN to Super Chat. Wow. Damn. What are you doing in Iraq, bro? What are you doing in Iraq? Yeah, that's awesome, man. Who else is in the building? Shout out to Alabama, USA. Fantastic. Boston, USA. Boston, Massachusetts. Yep, I know that place very well. Los Angeles, California. The True Matrix. LA. That's where all the demonic activities are coming from. We got New York City. We have, who else is in the building? We got a Fayetteville, North Carolina. Fayetteville, okay. Isn't that where J. Cole's from? Yep. Fayetteville, fantastic, man. And isn't that where Little Brother from? Little Brother from the early 2000s. Dope rap group. I used to message them heavy back in the early 2000s, man. Good rappers. Marvin Jules in Denton, Texas. Fantastic, man. Southern California. Awesome. Awesome, man. That's truly international, man. Where else are y'all listening in from? Anyone in Africa? Anyone in Japan right now? Anyone in any weird country? Let us know, man. Let us know. Let's see. Yep, The Minstrel Show. Yep, dope album, man. Oh, classic. I used to bump that heavy, And The Listening as well. The Listening, great album as well, man. I used to bump Little Brother heavy. Okay, Rayleigh, I see. Yep, Rayleigh, North Carolina. Man, those were the times, man. Fantastic, man. Awesome. So who else is in the building, man? No, it's super hot over here in Panama, so let's go. Who else is in the building? Let's see. Contract. Okay, bro. Hopefully you stay safe in your rock, brother. Please stay safe. Detroit, Motown music. Yeah, shout out to Motown music. Childhood music. Yep. Awesome, man. Damn, that's amazing. Yep, Foreign Exchange. Yep, great album. Classic. Not classic, but great. For me, classic has to be on point. Every track must be on point. Let's see. Or most tracks. Yep, great mixtape as well. I remember that. Yep. It's a shame they split up, man. It's a shame they split up. They were a great rap group. Who else in the building? Cherry Point, John Q. Okay, I'm not sure what that is, bro. Not sure what that is. But awesome, man. Damn. Great stream. Classic, man. Hall of Fame stream. I'll tell you that. Hall of Fame. All right, awesome, brothers. Awesome. So, have a great weekend ahead. And I hope that this stream has lighted fire in you. Brothers, you can do it, man. Keep pushing. Stay focused. And do we have some Little Brothers fans in here? Damn, we have some Little Brother fans in here. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. Jacksonville, North Carolina. Fantastic, man. Do y'all know who what's that album? What's that band called? They're called Sign. So CYNE. Sign. CYNE. The Sign. They're similar to Little Brother. OG rap group. I recommend them, man. Yeah. That's The Sign. I recommend them, man. Good rap group. Hopefully someone's heard of it, or maybe I'm too anti-mainstream. Oh man. All right, awesome, man. Once again, shout out to you, Lynn, for the £10 PayPal donation. Thank you, bro. Much appreciation. All right, so I'm gonna wrap it up at the 45-minute mark. So who else? Anyone from Africa, who's in Asia right now? Anyone that's outside of Europe, outside of America? Let me know. Who's in the building? Who's in the building? Welcome, Juju. Sorry, brother, if I butchered your name. Apologies, man. Please. Who else is in the building? Justice League, yeah, Just Us League, yeah, it was, yeah. Damn, we got some Little Brother heads in the building, man. That's amazing, man. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Man, I need to bump Mad Villainy again. It's been a minute. Mad Villainy, A Piece of Strange. Who else is there? Deltron 3000. Man. One of our underground albums. The Sign as well. I need to bump that again. Yeah. What's that album called? The People Under the Stairs, if you know that as well, brothers. All right, awesome. So, all right, brothers, thank you very much for this classic stream. I will see you, brothers. Oh, and once again, let me just plug in my socials so you know how to reach out to me, how to connect with me. I'll post it here. Okay. So you got the PayPal there, the Instagram, Twitter as well. So make sure you follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. You can feel free to show support by copying the merch. That'd be greatly appreciated. You know, make sure feel free in supporting. And if you want to come on the channel for an interview regarding any channel, any country you've been to, send me a DM on Instagram, please. I'm happy to get you on the channel, you know. And of course, make sure you join the Patreon for more intel on foreign women, IT consultations, and any other intel you want there. All right, brothers, have a great. Oh yeah, of course, and make sure you subscribe to the new channel as well. I'll probably drop some intel on that channel today as well. So once again, brothers, thank you so very much. Yes, been a crazy live stream. Classic, big classic. Is this top 10 ever? I have over 400 videos on the channel. This may be top 10. This may be top 10. Perhaps top 5. Because yeah, we spat some game tonight, brothers. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe as well. When you do subscribe, press the notification bell to always to keep in touch with me at all times. Okay. And then that'll be awesome. So I'll end it at the 48-minute mark. Thank you so very much, brothers. Thank you for the kind words, Jenny Walker, LP, Radylin Washington, Megatron, End of Existence. Thank you very much, brothers, man. Alrighty. So I'm going to let's see. All right, brothers, have a great weekend ahead, and I'll see you, brothers, on the next video. Okay, thank you, brothers. Classic, man. Shout out to the brothers, man. Amazing stream.